Check, check. Alrighty then, let's just get this going here. Trying to find my scene button. Here it is. Hey everybody, welcome to the stream, and welcome to a new house, a new studio setup, and I'm a little annoyed at the moment because I bought new microphones for my like lavalier microphones. Hopefully the volume right now is okay. I'm using my old mic because the lavaliers are garbage. That's all I'll say. They're garbage. Just opening up Unreal right now, but yeah, basically, hopefully it doesn't ruin my little thing here. But anyways, yeah, like so, they come with a little receiver, and I'm not gonna take the mic out because it'll start it and it'll get some feedback. But yeah, some little lavalier mics. You know, I'm an audio guy. Obviously, I've worked in audio professionally. I've done voice work and a bunch of other stuff. So, yeah, I was looking forward to these mics, and there's a gigantic freaking flaw for people who actually use professional systems like mine. And that is, so like, obviously for this receiver, you can plug in, so there's that little, I don't know if you can see it. Oh, you can't because it's the green screen keys doing. Anyways, it's a 3.5 millimeter jack that you have to plug in with, you know, this bullshit. Oh, I can't show you because it's too short. But yeah, it's like, you know, your standard headphone cable. Plug that in, and then you have to plug it into my interface so that it works, and it just doesn't effing work. Sorry, it works, but it outputs mic level, which is, if you guys aren't familiar with audio stuff, there's like 3 different like types of audio levels. Mic level is like the weakest. And then you ideally want a preamp, which I have built into both of my interfaces, and that'll bump it up to line level, and that gives you a really strong signal. I'm sure you guys have seen a YouTube video or two where the volume was really low, or a podcast or something, the volume was really low, and you had to like turn basically your stereo or whatever up to like max level to be able to hear them. That's because they recorded in mic level and you need it in line level. So long story short, this only outputs mic level, and like for some reason it's not able to be bumped up to line level. I don't know, because every time I talk it's like really freaking low, and I can't plug it in with a USB straight into my computer like a normal freaking thing. So anyways, I'm super annoyed. Rant over. So anyways, hopefully everybody's having a good old time here. That's pretty close to me now, so my shoulder's all disappearing. But anyways, yeah, I'm gonna green screen it for a bit because my new place is definitely not very nice down here. I'm in the dungeony basement. It smells like moldy, you know, something. So anyways, where do I put my chat? I put my chat somewhere. Now it's gone. Oh, it's right here. Oh, I docked it. I don't want to dock it. I'll just put it over here so I can actually read everybody's comments. All right, so Nico, first time here. Hello, welcome to the stream. We're going to create, well, we've been creating a weapon system here, an inventory system with UI, and we did a hotbar. We did, what else did we do, chat? We did, oh God, I can't remember. What else we did. I know we did an inventory. Obviously, we built the inventory, then we built the UI, then we built a weapon select last time. That's what it was. And now we're going to do some runtime attachments. So I got to figure out how to do that kind of quickish. Joppy, hey, welcome to the stream. Hopefully everyone's great, and hopefully my shoulder doesn't disappear through the entire thing. It's a little too close, the green screen, but I kind of had to block out all my stuff. So, anyways, I guess I can, you know, blend into the background. It's not a big deal. But anyway, so as you guys can see down below there, the Tarkov goal is completed. So I am literally working on nothing but Tarkov. I'm not doing any more long-form videos until that's done. So I got to finish it up here. I'm almost done, like, the inventory part of it, which is the most complicated part. So then I will record that, and then I will edit it. I'll probably release one episode as they're ready for the members until like the whole module is done, and then once that's completed, then I'll start releasing it to the public. So have that to look forward to. If you guys didn't check out the Aura video I just did, you guys, I don't have it in the link in the description below, but one of my lovely moderators could grab that from the latest video, my invite link and stuff, and put it in the chat. That would be great. But yeah, you guys want to try out Aura? It's a AI tool for Unreal Engine that helps you make games. So, yeah, you can ask it anything you want. You can learn lots of stuff. Lots of people in the comments already were saying that they weren't going to trust it necessarily with any of the art stuff, like creating assets or creating meshes or anything like that. I kind of agree with that myself. I think that Aura is a great tool for helping plan out your code and figure out what's going on and ask it questions so you can learn and stuff, but I don't think it's quite there for creating assets. Yeah. So anyways, okay, so let's just see what we got here, because I haven't opened this in like 2 weeks. So let's see. So we got obviously our inventory. Still looks pretty good. And then we got our... oh yeah, we disconnected that, right? That was going to be our interacting box or whatever the hell it was. Weapon bench. We open this up. Here's all the weapons we have available. And then we can switch between all of these ones. I see that we gotta fix that because it sets the color back to the regular one, but that's fine. That's an easy fix. Yeah, so that all looks really good. So yeah, now in this one we're gonna do changing attachments at runtime. So I guess first thing we gotta do is attach our gun to our hand. Hey, I hope Aura understands gas, which is what I mainly use. I just installed to test. Awesome. Well, it should help. Yeah, Tommy, how you finding Aura? Because I just gave you a code a couple days ago, so you had a couple days to check it out. Aura still offers over-complex solutions. Sometimes you have to be specific in your request and review what she provides. Yes, I agree. So actually for Tarkov, I had literally no idea how to even implement something like that, so I asked Aura, this is like an earlier build obviously, but to basically be like, hey, how would I create this? And it laid out a plan, and I had to prompt it in a couple of spots. Like, yeah, like I was saying in the video, like it wanted me to use strings instead of names. I'm like, I'm not doing that. And then I kind of was half-assedly following its plan and realized kind of halfway through that the plan it laid out wasn't going to work. Like, I just knew how it was all going to come together in the end at a certain point, and I was like, this isn't going to work. So so I ended up scrapping the whole plan for her and started from the ground up, but at least I had a general idea of how to do it now. So just slap it twice and tell it to behave. Yeah, right. WV, I haven't been here in weeks, so I feel new again. Well, I mean, I haven't been here in a few weeks, right? So and Aura, I was looking forward to checking it out. Just the install and access the engine is better than the competitor AI I have used. Oh, that's good. That's good to hear. I haven't used any of the other ones. This is kind of the first one that I've dabbled around with, but I've heard other people say like Ludus or whatever is better, and I've heard other people say that they're all garbage. But I don't know. Subjective opinion, I think. So, all right. So I have weapons in this game or in this project already. So let's just get it attached to the goddamn player. So let's start with that. So we got, let's see, we downloaded the weapon silver, right? FPS weapon bundle, weapons, meshes. Oh geez, look at all this stuff. Oh yeah, it's the weapon silver. We'll just do the good old AR, I guess. We'll just do the one gun, and then so to start off, let's go into the skeletal mesh. I forgot they do the X and the Y variants. So we'll go into the skeletal mesh, and we're going to add some... Is there actual attachments for this? Just checking. There's not. So we will... Should I just import a different pack then? Maybe I should, so it all works together. Yeah, I'll do that. So we'll delete that. Are you sure you want to delete 203 assets? Yes. Okay. Oh, that's a nice gun. Yeah, right. Yeah, these were pretty good. They're not very modular, though, right? So you're kind of stuck with what you have. They are nice in the fact that you can kind of modify... sorry, reference... Weapon master... Some of the assets are being deleted or still referenced in memory and master button. Sure, I don't know what the hell that means, but okay. So I don't even know how we were when referencing that in the master button, but sure. Anyway, sorry. Maybe make a second mag option longer. Yeah, like this will be all that kind of stuff, right? So if you want to have basically, I saw the image here earlier. I took a screenshot of this earlier. Stand by, let me just find it here. Here it is. Let's open this up. So this is ideally what I want to try to create, is something like this. So this is from Delta Force, obviously. This will be at runtime though, so you interact with a weapon bench. Here's your gun. blah, 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 tell it what you want, and then when you leave, it's going to be setting this as the new kind of what your gun looks like, right? And then I'm going to try to implement some sort of weapon skins in there as well. I don't know, you would have to have the actual colors UV mapped to whatever the mesh you're using is, because what I'm going to do today is probably going to look like garbage, but we'll just basically show you how to do it, right? Okay, so, yeah, first let's, I did delete this, right? Yes, okay, great. Let's import some lamer guns, like the ones I used in my first-person shooter thing there. So let's check it out here. Let's go to my library. It'll be in here somewhere. Blah, 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 blah. If you guys... if you see it, let me know. Like that'll help. Here, this one here. Yeah, because it's got attachments, right? So I'll add that to my project. Okay, get rid of that, and we'll open this, and perfect. Okay, so let's have a look. Static meshes. So you freaking hate when this happens. God, I hate when this happens. I might actually delete this and just import the one I had initially, because this is just super annoying. Just delete them all. I said delete, right? Did it work? No, it didn't work. Work, damn it! Delete. There we go. Yeah, I'm just gonna import the ones I had before because I don't want to deal with that right now. The importing as one mesh. You have to like, you almost have to like go. Yeah, it's a really annoying. You have to go into like your folders and then you have to re-import them. Yeah, it's a long workaround that's really annoying, and I wish that they would just come out as as their own things. But anyways, where did I have that? Did I have it in? I think I have it in my what do you call it? My hard drive. Game development or stock? I can't remember. Stock, 3D assets, weapons. Yes. Here we go. So I'll just drop that in here. Import. Failed? What do you mean failed? What are you talking about? Did it actually import any of them? Because it looks like they all failed, to be honest. Oh my god. Okay, well, everything but the guns imported. That's super cool. Guns, please. I don't know why it doesn't like the guns. Why is this so dumb? I just want to make a game. You know? Mina, make games, how are you? And what are you building? We're building a, I said it earlier, we're building a, did I keep that image open? Maybe I should keep that image open of the screenshot. Basically a weapon, attachment selection thing that you can do at runtime. Screenshots. Where did you go? Where did we go? Here it is. We're building that. So, building this, and you can tell what attachments you want, and then when you exit the weapon bench, your gun's gonna look like that. It's gonna be great. Stand by. One sec, I gotta grab some things here. Where are ya? You're in here somewhere. Stand by. Alright, cool. So, that was medication, don't worry. I just didn't want to do it on screen. Anyways, so yeah, that's what we're building here. But I'm having trouble getting my weapons to come in here from my archives, we'll call them. So, what was the error issue? Combat AK, yeah, save all that, yeah. Well, what did the error say? Output log, it'll say? Somewhere, I'm sure? No. Show errors only. That's Aura browser context. We don't care about that. Whatever. I'm sure we'll figure it out. We can just do some makeshift weapons, I guess, for now, because you know Unreal hates us. It did import all the attachments, so you know I'm not sure why I didn't import the weapons. Let me just try to import one weapon and see what happens. Stock 3D weapons. Guns, rifles, M1A, or no, we said we were going to do the machine guns, AK. I guess I got to have my thing open. Right here, sorry. Use the log viewer plugin for better output log. Oh yeah, 100, yeah, I should. Okay. Work? Question mark? Okay, it worked. Great, we're just going to do the AK, because we're just trying to obviously save time. So, okay, so I did show this in my first-person shooter video, but I'll just kind of briefly go over it here. So for attachments, obviously you got to go into the... so this is going to be a static mesh or a skeletal mesh based on what the... based on what you're doing. But skeletal meshes obviously can't be animated, so... That's the coloring with that. All right, sure. Anyway, so yeah, that's you can't animate static meshes. Skeletal meshes, like the ones I had in before from the silver weapons pack, are skeletal meshes, and they all have they're all rigged, so you can animate the what happened there? All right. You can animate like this opening up and like the trigger coming back, and all that kind of stuff, you know. And then you can also animate, if you wanted to do reload animations, like the magazine was all rigged as well, so you can have the magazine come out and come back in kind of thing, right? So, but yeah, this is obviously a super simplistic thing here. So, so yeah, first we got to go to the socket manager, and then we got to add some sockets. One for the scope, or sight, sorry. And we will put that here. We'll put a preview mesh on here. Pretty sure you can't do that, or can you do that? I thought you could do that, or maybe I'm just thinking of the other one. Oh, I'm thinking of the bone manager, I think. Something like that. Advanced. Oh, preview mesh, here we go. So let's just find a site. Site 1, sure. Okay, we'll have to fix the thing after. But anyways, yeah, we're just kind of lining this up here. Just to have a look at it and see what it looks like. Sorry, what was the shortcut for this? Shortcut either mouse button, oh, and scroll wheel. Okay, so yeah, I'll just do that because it's pretty fast here. All right. We got snapping on, we'll turn that off. Something like that. I don't know where the sight would actually be on this gun, probably like here-ish. That sight is effing ginormous, so we're not going to do that. We'll do the relative scale at 0.7 across the board here. That looks a little bit better. We'll just have a look down the barrel here and see what it looks like. It looks pretty good, right? Maybe slightly over a little bit. There we go. Okay. What do we got here today? Next week, we all vote on submitted suggestions, and he'll build live 10 minutes prior to the stream. Yes, that's right. I'll be watching this later. Please never stop making videos. You're one of the rare ones who teach core engine logic gameplay. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, I hate... so most of the tutorials out there I never liked when I was learning as well. They don't show you, like, how to fix problems. They're just like, here's how you do the thing. Okay, peace. And then you're like, mine doesn't work. And then the comments are just filled with, like, mine doesn't work. You know, so 15 and 5 now. Please give it a thumbs up. Yes. How many games have you completed, Brad Hurst? I've completed 0 because my brain does not like to finish projects. I have, well, actually that's a lie. I've completed a couple of like really small, like personal ones. But they're basically not really a game. It's like, you know, I did a couple, like when I first started out, I made a little first-person shooter, like time trial course. It was just like a one-level thing. I was just like figuring out how to use Unreal, so I technically finished that project. I finished another one basically it was like a little platformer thing. Again, it was just a prototypey garbage one. Like there wasn't really too serious of graphics in there. I'm gonna finish another one this year because we're gonna be doing a course, beginner course on how to make a complete game. Basically, it's gonna be similar to like my in scope in terms of like my one level time trial thing, but it's gonna be for Squeaky the Squirrel. It's gonna be like a little mini platformer game where you're playing as a squirrel and you have to collect 10 acorns as fast as possible. Super easy. It's going to teach the basics of Unreal, so hopefully everyone will find that super useful, even people who know to use Unreal. But anyways, so just reading some comments because I've been neglecting you guys here for... Aren't meta files supposed to be Unity's identifiers of assets? Maybe it's a Unity engine pack. No, it won't. It isn't because I use this one in my first-person shooter course. And I specifically reorganized it because the original pack was a little disorganized. So yeah, it does work. I mean, we just imported one. It just doesn't like to import all of them at once for some reason. Anyways, did someone say squirrel? Yeah, right. Okay, so 15 likes and 13 people watching. Let's help this video reach other devs and learners by giving it a thumbs up. Thanks, Joppy. Appreciate it. And all right, so we got our site set up here. And while we have this up, this preview mesh, let's just open all of these. And set the material. It's going to be the same Atlas. Atlas. There's 2 Atlases in here, hey? Don't need both of those. There we go. Those got some color now. Okay, so after this, this must be an unlit because this. Oh, it is unlit. This just looks so blah, hey? Whatever. Anyway, so we'll put a barrel attachment on and then maybe a grip as well. And that will be that. So we'll do one more socket here. Sockets, we'll call this one the barrel. We'll set that up. And we'll do the front. The one thing I don't like, I gotta go to like wireframe or, yeah, wireframe. Yeah, the one thing I don't like about this mode is it doesn't, it's hard to see stuff when you're trying to line it up from like an orthographic view like this. Yeah, sorry, front and then back? No, not back, sorry, left or right, one of the two. Okay. That looks pretty centered. And we'll just look at the front again, so that's perfect. Okay, so then we're gonna go back to lit. Actually, let's go to unlit, so we can actually see our stuff. Okay, so barrel compensator, I think, let's do the compensator first. Right, I forgot. The compensator and a couple of the other ones I have to move the thing back. So these two for sure. Then I gotta go into modeling mode, and then I gotta move the pivot point back. So let's go to Xform, edit pivot. There's a shortcut for that, and I keep forgetting what it is. Left, right, front? Front, there we go. So I'll make sure that's exactly where that needs to be, and then this one too. Sorry, I guess we gotta hit accept, and we'll do this one too. Perfect. Okay, that's done. What was the other ones we had? Oh, the flashlight and the grip we had to fix as well, so we'll just drag those in too. Just do that now and get this out of the way. Attachments, fitment? No, a fitment is for higher tier stuff. Okay, this is the flashlight. I believe the flashlight, I only had to move up like a little bit. Something like that. I'll check it after we change the thing, except for now. I can't see, so... Alt middle mouse button. Okay, is that what it is? Okay, well, I'm already in here, so I'll do it after. Okay, so there's the grip, and then the flashlights. Actually, I'll do it now. Alt middle mouse button. Look at that. Mark coming up clutch. Good enough. Okay, anyways, it'll get our point across. So, might as well open all these up as well. Sorry, I guess. How do you open these? You have to just open them from here, hey? Just because we want some goddamn color in this. Alright, Atlas. Sorry, I gotta do all the boring stuff on stream here, but I guess it's necessary, right? So. Alright, so get that done, and then what was the other ones we wanted to... the grips, the scopes, the sights, the grips, and the barrels. We'll open those up now. Set the Atlas on that. And Atlas on this. Okay, that's all done now. So, the barrel, so we can see that the barrel attachment, this is not where it should be. You know? So, maybe I gotta fix that again. I'll just move it up so I can actually see it and it's not in the ground. Let me hide this. Just hide all of this so I can see my shit. There we go. There we go. Okay. Alt middle mouse. Thanks, Mark. And that doesn't fix it on the other screen though. Shouldn't it? Or do I have to save it? No, it didn't fix it on the other screen. Interesting. That's still okay. Maybe you do got to do it on here. There. Okay, that fixed it on the other screen. It's still slightly off though, so I'm just gonna move it up just a bit more. Sorry, I know you guys can't see the other screen, but just making sure. It's good. So it actually lines up and looks good. All right, good enough. So there, it lined it up on the other screen. This as well, looks like I gotta make it smaller. Maybe like 0.7, right? 0.7, 0.7, 0.7. There we go. Looks pretty good. And then last one we're gonna do is a grip. Grip. Grippity grip grip. We'll probably do, I don't know, like a flashlight on this one. Let's see. I mean, really, you should be checking them all. But, yeah, so let's move this grip back, and then let's move that pivot point down, too. Where are we? X pivots. Or, I'm sorry, I wanted to move it up, so I think it was, like, up here or something like that. Except that doesn't look so bad. I do want to check the other grip, because that will actually make a difference, so grip. Awesome, looks pretty good. So, but we'll make this smaller too, because that's like gargantuan. Whoa! Perfect. Okay, so that's our attachments there. So we all obviously have different attachments, so we're gonna swappity swap them. Now I gotta attach this to my player character. We're in a third person, or are we? Yeah, we are in a third person situation, so we'll go to perspective. I will Alt G, or is it Control G in this program? I can't remember. Is it Alt G? How do you, or Alt H, sorry. Alt H? No, it's not Alt H, it's Control H to unhide stuff. There we go. Okay, sorry, neglecting the comments again. If you've not completed any games, do you believe your approaches could cause any issues later in a project? I mean, sure. You know, no one's perfect, right? I mean, I've just continuously learned new things, and you learn new things by just doing stuff, right? So, I don't know if, Bradhurst, if you've completed a game or not, but if you haven't, just, I don't know, just make something easy and simple, right? Because you're going to come across specific issues, right? And then you'll learn how to solve them as you encounter them, right? So, yeah, like on all of my tutorials and stuff, I'm not afraid to show that I make mistakes, and I show how to fix the mistakes because everybody makes them, right? Even experienced devs 20 years in, right? They still make some mistakes, and they're like, why the hell is this not working? And then they gotta like learn from it, right? So so let's see, never had that come up. Maybe it's a viewport exclusive, but alt middle mouse is just a temporary move origin. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was looking to permanently move it, so that's why I use the X form there, Mark. Bradhurst, having completed games or not doesn't really impact later game development that much. Each game and approach can be unique. One approach in one game may not be the right answer in another. Totally, yeah. I think the biggest thing too is like, because I'm more of a advocate for creating systems and not games, because when you create systems you can reuse in other games, because yeah, like most people are like me and they'll start a project and they'll get, you know, maybe 100 hours in or something, and then they either lose interest or they stop and then they don't pick it back up again. But if you made all those systems already, you can just migrate them to a new project, right? So that's, I think, a better skill to learn is how to make systems, because then you can, especially how to make systems modular and to be able to migrate them to new projects and still have them work, right? And then Tommy says, depending on the game's mechanics, Taken does a great job showing, explaining the core engine aspects and teaches you how to think about things so you build your games how you need. Yeah. Yeah, you know, I know, like, especially when I'm teaching a tutorial video, nobody's ever following my tutorial to a T. Like, I'm being honest, like 95% of the people are going to take what I've said in the video and then adapt it to whatever project they're working on, right? So, there's a ton of issues that are going to come up with a lot of people, and especially in my comments, I see it all the time. People are like, hey, you know, this, like my left-hand IK video, someone's like, hey, this, you know, I followed your video exactly, but I'm trying to do 2 hands on a staff instead of a gun, and it's not working. It's just like, well, it's hard to help people in their individual problems that way, because it's like, well, if it's not exactly like the tutorial, then obviously it's going to be different, right? But obviously, you know, I'll try my best to help them out anyway, but still. Brad Hurst, how you build a project affects problems. Professional devs build problems into their projects. That's why they launch with bugs. They will always be bugs. You just got to fix them. I mean, you know what's funny is, like, AAA deving specifically. Let's use Call of Duty as an example, because I will probably never buy a Call of Duty game again because they're just fucking trash. But anyways, the actual developers that are like working, like the boots on the ground type people that are actually working on the game, they actually love games and they love making games. They're just being told shitty decisions, right? You see a lot of these people that have worked at AAAs that have left AAA and then have started their own game studios, and then they're pumping out really cool games, right? So yeah, they all care about it, but it's just like the upper management types that are just like, we like money, let's fuck up gaming. Anyways, so where are we here? I provided the permanent shortcut for pivot earlier in the chat. Oh, sorry, I didn't see it. Slither asked a while ago, will this be uploaded as a VOD to watch later? Yes, it will. Absolutely. Moo, yes, indeed. Indeed, the moos. So, okay. The skills needed to finish off a game can be found in the skills it takes to build systems. The skills to build systems: reading docs, debugging, learning programming principles, etc. Get games done. Yes, 100%, I agree. Okay, so there's our stuff. It's all done. We're gonna delete this from the world now because we don't need it. We got to deal with our player now. And sorry, I'm just gonna. I don't have any animations for a first person here, and I'm too lazy to freaking get them, to be honest. So. I'm just gonna attach it to the world, and we'll just run with a gun like a crazy person, and then we'll interact with the bench, pull up the UI, and do the attachments, and then we'll just exit the thing, and then we'll see that it works. Okay, so let's see, models. No, what did I just say I was gonna do? Attach to the player, right? So contents, third person, blueprints, third person character. Okay, so there's a third-person character. I don't know why I opened third-person character. I actually need a third-person. I don't need this open either. I just need a third-person character mesh. Actually, sorry, not Quinn. We're gonna do we're gonna do Quinn, because Quinn's who we're using. But you would do it on, I think, Manny, because they have. Actually, she has her own skeleton though. So, yeah, maybe you do it on her. But anyways, so let's find... It's like Gunnar or something. Handgun IK, I see. I thought there was another socket here. For, oh, hand grip. Oh, okay, it's the hand grip R. There it is. So that's what I need to remember, but we're going to just attach a preview asset, which will be the AK-47. This guy. Jesus. Did I? Yes, I did. I made this particular thing tinier. Just gotta find the transform. Where's the transform? That's not it there. Perhaps... Can you, how did I do this before? I thought I made this, or the hand R I made smaller. Or, here we go. Okay, here we go, sorry. 0.3? Is that what I had it at before? I'm just thinking back to my first-person project. Yeah, 0.3. Man, my memory's pretty good, hey? So, yeah, we're not going to get too into the intricate details of this because I'm just showcasing how this works. So there, that's hand grip art. Now we got to actually make the gun, I guess. And content, and then I might as well just pull up my first-person shooter notes because that would make sense because I'm just basically doing the same thing again here. Alright. We got that open, and I gotta find that gun, or weapons, pardon me. Weapon. Here's the attachment system. Sorry, this is no secret to you guys. I'll just drag this over. This is literally the notes I make for the things. So I just like, here's all the things I made, and then I just know what to do, I guess. Right, so we created the subclasses. Right, so we had an attachment class, and then we created subclasses. And then, this is all flashlight related stuff, I believe. I don't think I'll get super into all of this stuff today, because if you guys want to know, you just check out my first-person shooter stuff. But yeah, this is going to be everything to do with checking if the socket exists or any of that kind of stuff, right? So, I will do this attachment class, though, and then, yeah, I guess we need to create data assets for those as well. Or do we? I think I didn't end up doing this in the series. I think I cut this. But yeah, you would. I think you would do this if you had like attachment systems that would be modular, right? So, I made it. How are you, folks? Snaster, Shred, how's it going? Thanks for joining the stream here. Glad you made it. Welcome back. Doing good today. Just getting started with attachments to guns. And Eddie says, just dropping in to say hi, like, and comment. Thanks, Eddie. Appreciate it. And, okay, so I just moved that over to the side, so let's make those data assets here. Oh, we have one for weapon data. Do we have any actual fire mode, blah, 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 blah. You know what I should do first before I do the attachments? I should do the actual gun blueprint. Because we want to attach it to our players, so I will put that in actors. Yeah, this is not how you would actually, you know, do it. You'd make a weapon class and all that kind of stuff, right? So, actor, we'll just call this BP AK weapon. Okay, and then in our player character, again, you would probably, would you do this in the player character? So yeah, I've learned a lot of stuff since I made that first-person shooter video now, so, or series. Would you put this in the player? I think you would. Yeah, you would, because you need it to, I'm just thinking of like the attach logic, right? So we're going to add a static mesh. It'll be the weapon, and that'll be the AK. So I'm not adjusting the scale here because I've already adjusted it in the actual socket. So that's great. Then we got to do the... This is where we would actually do all the socket stuff. So we're going to create some variables here. Or should I create a... Yeah, we'll create some variables. We'll call it the site... what do you call it? The site attachment. And I don't have anything created yet for these. So we'll just create them now and I'll come back after. Site attachments, grip attachment. And keep your comment to yourself. Either WOV or Mark. I already know somebody's typing a comment about gripping the attachment. Anyways, so Sight, grip, and barrel attachment. Okay, so we'll come back and deal with that. I see why I want to do the other one first. So, go to data. Called it out before I could finish it, yeah, right? Sorry I'm late, but I'm working on meshes I thought I'd unwrap, but I had not. Anyways. Hope you guys had a good New Year, because I haven't talked to you guys. This is the first 2026 stream. It just doesn't feel real. You know, and Azur and I were talking, like, when we were kids, it just felt like time went by super slow. And now that we're older, it's like, the years are just flying by like crazy. He doesn't love us. Sure about that? Anyways. So, we got that made. Now we're gonna make some, we're gonna make one for our attachments. So we'll go to Blueprint class, and we'll type primary data asset. And we'll call this PDA underscore, attachments. What do we need to know about attachments? Whatever you want. Excuse me, sorry. Whatever you want. You know, the name that you had, the attachment's probably a good start. And then any stats. So this is stuff that you can have in that what's it called? The UI, right? When you're choosing your attachments, so you can have the name of it. You can have like its range, which will be probably just an integer, maybe even a float. Yeah, because when you actually pull the data out to use it, it should be a float probably. Range, we'll say. What else do you need to know about that kind of stuff? Range, handling, I guess. And let me look at this image again. It doesn't have, it doesn't have anything on it, obviously. So range, handling, ADS speed, maybe. And let's see. You know, I don't know what else you put in there, but what else would attachments have? Zoom. We'll put zoom in there. Zoom multiplier, let's put. What else, chat? What else is going in there? Sinister shred. Sinister shred, sorry. Oh, thanks, yeah. Well, I don't know what I said. What did I say? Probably something completely wrong. But, anyways, time is relative. Has your reference frame of time gets longer as you age, time perception speeds up. It sucks. Yeah, right. Well, we were saying that maybe there's not as much. I don't know. Well, Azur and I kind of had a bit of a debate about it in a sense, because it's like I thought maybe you're not as like busy in a sense as a kid, you know. But she was saying, well, yeah, you're super busy when you're a kid. You're doing a bunch of stuff and blah blah. Well, I don't know. I don't know why it seems slower as a kid than versus now, but I just remember grade like 8 to 12 felt like an eternity, and now 5 years feels like a blink. So, happy weekend, yes, happy weekend. So, all right, so we're gonna be doing this. This is, I think, everything you would want in there for now. I have aim type in here as well, actually, that's a good point, but that would be an enum. That's, again, handled in my first-person shooter. Yeah, you'd have an enum in here for aim type, so you could do the aim down sight stuff later. Attachment name, zoom multiplier. Perfect, okay, so that's done now. Just trying to think. For modularity, you'd probably add a boolean called isFlashlight in here, possibly. And then you can check that off for the flashlight. And then you can run all the flashlight events. What else is there? There's the sights, there's the barrel. Oh, you know what else you could add in here is, something to do with sound, right? So, like loudness, I guess you would call it, loudness. Those are all going to be floats. Go away, Aura. Thanks. All right, that should be good. And then we'll hit compile, and we only got to create a couple of these, right? So, data assets. This should be more organized, but whatever. You guys know I can organize shit, and I know you guys can organize shit. We're just trying to consolidate our time because there is quite a bit of stuff to do today. So anyways, we're going to go to miscellaneous data assets, and then we're going to pick our primary data asset, which is our PDA attachments. Okay, DA underscore, we'll do site 1. Okay, we'll open that up. The name, what is site 1? Polygon, material, static meshes. No, oh, sorry, yeah, we should have deleted that, but we didn't. Weapons. That should have been deleted as well. What the F? Here we go, polygon asset. Look at how long this path is. That's crazy. Anyways, sites. Here we go. So, what would you call that? I don't know, like, I'm not a gun guy, like I've said that many times. So, I'm assuming that's a red dot, and that's what a something rather, and that's a, I don't know. I'm just gonna say site 1 is the boxy one. Boxy site. Bradders, will the data assets be used for all attachments? Is adding things like zoom multiplier be excessive for grip or magazine? No, because you can just set the zoom multiplier to be 0, right? Because that has no effect on it. And if you're following my first-person shooter series, when you're getting the zoom multiplier, it's always going to be checking if you're going to have a sight, if you have a sight or a scope or iron sights. It's not checking to see if your grip has zoom multiplier, so it actually won't affect it at all. So, ouch, well at 55, 5 years, starting to feel like 5 ticks. Yeah, right? You're 50 and then you hit play and now you're 60. What the fuck happened? Yeah, keep on learning until you game over. Yeah, Eddie, 100%. What you see, boxy site equals makes sense to me. Yeah, 100%. Boxy sites. I don't know, I would never want... Maybe that's just to eliminate... like distractions when you're aiming. I don't know. I would want to see everything personally, but okay. Anyways, boxy sight range we'll say like 1.5. Handling we'll say like 3. I don't know. Like ADS speed we'll say minus 1, and zoom multiplier. Zoom multiplier will do 1.5, and then, sorry, range, I think, I don't know, 30 we'll say instead. Loudness, there's no change, so we'll just leave that as it is. So let's exit this, and I'm going to dock this so I can reference it later. And then I'm going to open this again and go back to my data stuff. Data assets. Let's find... Site 1, and we'll duplicate that. Oh, you know what? Shit, we need to have... do we have that open still? We don't. Of course not. Why would I do that? Primary data assets, attachments. We need to put in our site mesh. And that needs to be a static mesh, and it's going to be a soft object reference. Static mesh... soft object reference. Okay, compile, and is that all we need to do for that? I think so. Copy. So let's go back to the data asset stuff. Site 1, and we're just going to set that site 1. Okay, there it is. Why are we using a soft? Because otherwise, as soon as all these data assets are referenced, even if we're not... if this isn't loaded into the world for whatever reason, it's still going to load it into memory. So we're going to keep that this a soft reference until we use it on our gun, and then we're going to load it when we actually need it. So, all right, so there's site 1. That's all good. We're going to duplicate that now. Whoops. Let's close that so that doesn't happen again. Click duplicate. There we go. Data site 2. Perfect. Knows exactly what's going on. All right, what's the next site? It's the little roundy one. We'll call it the roundy sight. Okay, range, we'll just do something a little bit different here. Handling, we'll say 5. We're just gonna do ADS speed, probably -2. That thing's a chonker, right? Zoom multiplier, let's say 2. Loudness, doesn't matter. And then this will be sight number 2. Okay. Acknowledge dang. Sorry, where are we here? You said Scott. Great, Scott. But those are reticle sights versus scope sights. I'm sure they are. I have no experience with guns. Yeah, Joppy, me neither. Well, I'm sorry, I have experience shooting guns, but I don't have guns and I don't know what any of the things are. So, you know, I wonder how many people are like that. They like play shooter games and they're like, I know guns. Yeah, and then they start saying the names from the games, and those are just the names they have to use for legal reasons. They can't use, you know, Smith & Wesson. Ah! My backlight died. Whatever, hopefully it's fine. What do I look like? Oh yeah, whatever. Hey, actually my shoulder's here now, so maybe that was better. I can't charge my backlight because I did a new setup where it's like in the roof now. Anyways. Okay, so we were making some more sight stuff, weren't we? Or did we finish this one? We did. Okay, great. Sight 3 now. All right. This is a red dot sight as far as I know. Red dotty sight. Okay. Range, let's say like 15. I don't know. Handling, probably better. So like 10. ADS speed, we'll say like -0.5. Zoom, we're just going to keep it at 1, and loudness is fine. Okay, sight number 3. Perfect. Okay, so let's close that. Now we're going to make, I mean, we can just duplicate this because I don't want to do the PDA asset again. PDA underscore barrel grip, we'll call it. This is the, sorry, did I say barrel grip? What the, that doesn't even make any sense. Here we go. Whoops. DA underscore barrel silencer is what I meant to put. Silencer. That's not how you spell silencer. But we don't care. So, speaking of guns, anyone else tag wall in Unreal Tournament? With ray gun, I mean. I know guns because of Tarky. Great, you can help me with the series then. No, I've not played Unreal Engine Tournament, but it's funny that you bring that up because yesterday we were going through some more stuff from moving into the house here, and Azura had some old magazines from like the early 2000s, and they had Unreal Engine Tournament in there, and I was telling her that. I was like, oh, that's how Unreal Engine actually came to be. So, but, all right, so barrel silencer. So, yeah. Silencer range would probably be minus like 10. Handling, I would assume, would be like 1. I would say, yeah, we got to give it some benefits, right? ADS speed, I would assume would be low, hey? -2. Zoom multiplier, won't matter because we're not checking the barrel to see if we can aim down sight. Loudness, let's say minus 30, and then we'll put dB in the actual UI when we make it. So compensator silencer. Okay, next. That is actually bugging the shit out of me. That is not how you spell silencer. Silencer. How do you spell it? God damn it. Oh my god. Do I have to Google this right now? I can't believe my brain's not working right now. Silencer? Question mark? Classic that and Quake. Don't you think inheritance would be the way to go? Thank you. Silence, and then with an R. Is that what I got? Yeah, I think so. Why does yours look so much more right than mine? I don't know. Maybe it's because I capitalized S. That still looks super, super wrong. Silence. Jesus Christ. I'm gonna literally tired. Anyways, so barrel compensator. We'll just put comp for sure because I don't even want to try to spell compensator right now. I guess I have to because it's a name. Compensator. I can spell that, but not silence. Okay, so range. I think -5 probably for that. Handling. Let's just leave that just blank. ADS speed, same thing. Oh, control was the other thing we missed, but that's fine. Whatever. You can add that if you want. Loudness does not matter, or maybe we say it does. We'll say plus, or sorry, not plus. We'll just say like 10. So it adds 10 dB to the sound somehow. Okay, and then this will be the compensator. There we go. Save that. So now we got the grip and the flashlight left. So we'll just duplicate this. The grip. We'll just call it the grip. Range doesn't matter. Handling, we'll say speeds up handling considerably. Let's say like 30. ADS speed, let's say that speeds that up by 5. Zoom multiplier doesn't matter. Loudness doesn't matter. Great. Okay, and then grip. Grippity grip. Okay, one last one, and then we can do something else. Grip, flashlight. Combat flashlight. Range, probably nothing. Handling, wouldn't that make it bulkier? So maybe we make that like, I don't know, -5. ADS speed, probably the same. Zoom multiplier, it doesn't matter. Loudness doesn't matter. My flashlight's on, it makes my gun louder. It's almost like when people turn down the music to find an address. That same kind of realm of stuff. Because that makes no sense, but everybody does it for some reason. Alright, so... camel case feels less wrong. Tommy says, not sure what you mean. If you have a primary data asset, then you can either have other... You can have other PDAs that inherit from that one, and then DAs that inherit from the other PDAs and still get the one. Yeah, so, however... The downfall for doing inheritance with primary data assets is, so we did that here just to check. So we have item data, and then these all inherit. Actually, sorry, never mind. Disregard. If you can create an item data like we've done, right? So we have all of these things, and then if we create a child of that, like our throwable data. So now we have this in here, but in our class defaults we have all of the base ones that we inherited, right? So now all you have to do is add the item data. PDA in all of your blueprints, and you can access all the children as well. Okay, so that's super great. Alright, so we're done all of this, I think. Oh, I gotta change this to the flashlight. Flashlight. There we go. Done. Okay, so now we gotta actually create classes for these, and stand by. Just having a... Yes, okay, so I was just in my brain thinking about how to do it, so get rid of this, and that, and this, and... keep that open for now. Okay, so we'll go into content, we'll go into actors, we'll make a new folder because we're going to create a couple. We'll say attachments. Okay, first you'll create a master class, or a grandfather class we'll call it. So this will be type actor, and it'll be BP attachment class. Okay, this is going to have basically nothing in it. You know, well, we could put the static mesh in here, I suppose, because we can inherit that. You just can't change anything about it, I believe. Or maybe you can. I don't know. Anyways, we'll figure it out. So static mesh, we'll leave that blank. And we're going to create some variables. We'll do the primary data asset sorry, the attachment data. PDA underscore attachments. And we'll do object reference, and we're gonna make that instance editable. Okay, because we want to, or do we want to expose that on spawn too? I can't recall. I can't recall if we want to do that. We can change it if we need it. So anyways, so yeah, we want our attachment data so we can tell it what attachment is there. And then the other thing we want to do is we actually want to load that asset as well. So on the event begin play, we're going to get our attachment data. We're going to get the static, sorry, the, what do we call the static mesh? I'll just say get and then go to the bottom and see what we got here. Get, oh, they're all called site mesh. Well, we don't want that. Content, data. See, I can't, the camera's kind of blocking that, so I couldn't see what it said. Attachment mesh. Oh, another thing in here that might be good is the socket. Does it go to attach to? No. That's somewhere else. I'm going mostly by memory, to be honest, from my course. But anyways, so attachment data, we're going to get the attachment mesh now, and then we're going to load asset, or async load asset. Okay, and then we're going to, this is an object reference, so we need to cast to the thing that doesn't exist yet. So let's create that. Hold on. I'm having a brain. I'm just thinking. So okay, we're in the attachment class, and we're loading an asset in. But we're already, like, you know what I mean? We're like, now we got to cast to ourselves. You know? Does that make sense? I guess we got to cast to ourselves. Cast to BP attachment class. That seems dumb. Anyways, okay, so we're confirming it's part of the BP attachment class, and then we are going to spawn actor from class. Shit, maybe it needs to be, you know, yeah, it needs to be a class reference, pardon me. Soft class reference. And then we gotta disconnect this. I'll disconnect that whole thing, so we'll compile, we'll just make sure everything's all good. Soft class, perfect, attachment class. Alright. Get attachment mesh. That's class reference. Async. Sorry, load class asset. There we go. Okay. That's all right. Cast to them ourselves. BP attachment class. Class. Then we'll load that guy. Okay. Spawn active class. Spawn transform. Ooh, let's promote that to a variable. And let's expose instead of expose on spawn, because then we can pass that data through our player when we actually spawn in whatever this class is, right? Or is that how my brain? Don't forget to add procedural generated skins and charms that you can put on a weapon. Style is very important on the battlefield. Style is half the battle, pretty much, right? Yeah, and money. Money's also half the battle. I need all that income from all the people that buy all that shit. Anyways. So, spawn actor, spawn transform, blah, 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 blah. I think that's everything we would need for now. Yes. Okay. So I'm just trying to think how we would do this here. So, this is good. I think we're gonna... Oh, shit. I did a boo-boo. Auto completed. It does that automatically because it always puts it in the top execution pin as soon as you drag it to this, right? So let's make sure that that's not like that. Okay, so now we got to create children of this. Create a child blueprint class, and we'll call this. Oh, I'm sorry, that's the wrong one. Delete. Are you sure you want to delete that? Yes, please. We want to go to the actors and go to attachments and go to attachment class. Okay, create child blueprint class. We'll call this BP attachment. Let's say grip attach, and duplicate that, and we'll say barrel attach, and the one more called sights. There we go. Okay, so those are all the subclasses that we're going to create. Now you're going to create all the blueprints for all of the things. So for sites, we'll make a child blueprint class, and we'll call this BP site 1, and site 2, site 3. Okay, look at that. I love how we named it like that. That was pretty smart. This one, we're going to set the attachment data for site 1. Okay. That's easy and done. This is actually probably a better system than the one I made in my first-person shooter course. And site 3. Okay, so there's that, and now we're going to do one for the grip. So we'll create a child blueprint class of that, and we'll call it BP grip. Okay, open that. That'll be obviously the grippity grip. And one more called flashlights. Boom. Okay, I gotta save a lot of stuff here once we're done. Actually, I should do that now before Unreal crashes, and then I'll pull up my goddamn face. Okay. Why are you not... sorry, why are you not counting on my bad typing? The resolve node is instead of casting. I didn't get the notification for the stream. Oh, that's fine. I mean, we're only an hour in, so you got lots of stuff to catch up on here. But David, welcome. And then Tommy says, glad you made it anyway. I didn't see the YouTube notification. I saw the live in the Discord, so I was able to catch it. Yes, I didn't create a live, like a pre-made live that you guys could notify as well, so I apologize for that. I've just been so freaking busy with moving and adult stuff, and then it took me like a full day to set the studio up too. It was pretty complicated, to be honest. So, but yeah, I'll do better here. So yeah, I'm gonna stream every Saturday still. But yeah, like I said, I'm not gonna be doing any long form stuff until I'm done Tarkov. So gonna get that out of here. So okay, so that's what did I wanted to do here? I can't remember. Or did I just close that? Oh, he's asking why can't we just do this? I think, right? Resolve soft reference. That actually might work. So if I disconnect this, spawn actor, I mean, it won't let me plug it in, so probably still need it. But anyways, we'll compile, and we're creating these flashlights. Now we're doing we did the barrels, or did we? No, we didn't do the barrels yet. Create child, BP, comp, insator, comp, and last one will be the silencer. I like how I did not have any difficulty spelling silencer that time. So okay, so those have been all created. Did I just set it? I did. Okay, I just mindlessly did it. Okay, sweet. So that is all done. So now we should be able to go to the weapon now. We can set these site attachments. We're gonna do the class. So this will be BP site attachment class, but it'll be hang on. Let's. I'm determining whether we should do a object or not. Let's do an object class because that's going to be loaded regardless, and there's no data in there. So, so if they're if it's referencing it, it doesn't really matter. So, all right, we'll go BP underscore grip now. Grip attachment, object reference, and barrel attachment. Okay, compile, so those are done. Now we gotta actually spawn these in. So these will be instance editable and exposed on spawn so that we can set those up when we spawn our weapon in. Expose on spawn. Expose on spawn. Expose on spawn. Okay, so compile. Now we'll go to our event graph. Just by them existing, it should load the asset. The static mesh. So we shouldn't have to do that here. Just having a thought here. I actually wonder if we should do that in here, where we should load the static mesh. And maybe these... Sorry, I'm just having a rethought here. Because I'm going by memory for my old system, but now I'm trying to like make it work with the knowledge I have now. I wonder if you should instead of this being a blueprint, like this should be the actual data asset, and then all those data assets that we made should inherit from a parent. Because the reason I did this in my first-person shooter is so that when you are selecting a site, it doesn't show every single attachment that is not a site. So that's why I broke it up into these subclasses. I think it's still the way to go in terms of like the physical thing, possibly, or you know what, maybe. I literally just made all these, and I'm just like wondering if that's even the way to go. So let's go back here. So if I duplicate this and then, or not duplicate, pardon me, make a child. And call this, you know, barrel attachments. Sorry. Oh, sometimes you gotta plan stuff out ahead of time, like I don't sometimes. Attachments, barrel attachments. Yes, I think doing it this way would be smarter. Just thinking about how we're going to do the UI later. So I'll do another one for PDA grip and PDA sites. Okay, now I got to go back into my data assets and I got to change these. I don't think... Can you change this for all of them? Sorry, whoops. Let's go... Let's close that. Maybe you have to do it individually. Change class. Looks like you can't change the... Or is it in here? No. Pin column. Damn it. So I think you have to create a new data asset for each thing. That's a little annoying. We just wasted that time doing that stuff, but... Open parent and editor. Well, yeah. So, yeah, we gotta redo... looks like I didn't set the thing anyway. Okay, so, yeah, let's just do that quick. We'll just delete these. So we gotta do... Do we gotta redo all of them? Fuck, that sucks. Alright, well, whatever. It is what it is. Flashlight, grip, sight, and that's it. Yeah. Is it recommended to replace the system with the other system that you did in the FPS series? I mean, the other system works. I think this system would be better because we're using data assets, so it's limiting the amount of stuff that's being referenced in memory. So let's see here. Let's force delete these. Yeah, because I'm sure you saw the what's it called video? The factory method video. So you basically just have like a bunch of data assets. You create the blueprint. It's got nothing in it, and then you set the data asset, and then it loads everything from the data asset. So you're decoupling your game, right? So I think this would work better. But yeah, obviously now I gotta create miscellaneous data assets. Start with the barrels then. Barrel. Barrel silencer. Okay. Start with that one. I'll try to rip through this here because we already did this, so range minus 15, handling, leave it the same. Actually, handling will be minus 5. ADS speed, we'll leave it the same. Loudness minus 35. Attachment mesh. What? Attachment mesh. That doesn't make any goddamn sense. What the hell's going on here? Sorry, yeah, data, PDAs. What even is that? What? So do I have to clear that out of the parent and put it in here? Or do I have to recompile the parent? I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna delete this and just add it back in, because that makes literally no sense. So we'll say the attachment, I can't see, attachment mesh. Soft class reference. Compile. That is super odd. Okay, but when I go into here, can I now, like, this should be, oh, it's because it's a class reference. I see. Okay, I see my mistake here. So this static mesh should be a soft object reference, but we need one for the class as well. So we'll say the class ref, and this will be the is this the blueprint? No, this will be the PDA attachments soft class reference. That's okay. That's what we did wrong there. Because now I can go back here and I can set this. Okay, cool. So this is for the silencer, and the class ref will be the barrel attachment. Okay. All right. So we got to just redo that for everything here. So Brighthurst attachment, DA, name, socket, socket offset, cost, etc. mesh. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, on this PDA attachments, that's the grandfather class, right? So anything that you want in all of the things, you would put in here. I was just kind of speeding things up here. Or sorry, incorrectly did this because I was trying to remember how I did it in my first-person shooter series, but this is actually a better way to do it. So, anyways, so yeah, anything that you want in all the attachments, you're going to put in this attachments primary data asset. Then you're going to create a children or a child. So barrel attachment, the grip, and the sight are all children of this. And then you can go inside here. So like sight, for example, you could add zoom multiplier and all that kind of stuff, right? So, I mean, it's already in here because it's in the parent, but yeah, so you can go in and add specific ones for the sight, right? Then this is going to work great now, actually. Yeah, this is going to work much better than the other one. I don't think we actually need all those actors we just made as well, which is funny. But, okay, so DA silencer, I'm going to duplicate that, and we'll call this the compensator, barrel comp. Okay, let's see, Tor, range, let's, I don't know, increase our range, sure, handling, sure, ADS speed, sure, this thing's going to be OP as shit, but yeah, loudness, we'll say plus, you know, 20. Okay, and then compensator. And still a barrel attachment. Okay, great. Save. Okay, now we got to create a new one based off of this. So I got to do miscellaneous data asset. And then, what do we do next? The grips, I guess. DA underscore grip. 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 Range, doesn't matter. Handling, let's say, oh, 25, because it's awesome. ADS speed, let's say, like, 5, because, yeah. Z multiplier doesn't matter. Loudness doesn't matter. I know I spelled attachment wrong. I just couldn't see the thing when I was typing it out because my camera's in the way, but whatever. Attachment mesh will be the grippity grip. Grip it and fire. This will be the grip attachment class. Save. Flashlight. Range doesn't matter. Handling -5. ADS speed -10. Zooms, loudness doesn't matter. Attachments, flashlight. Okay, and then that's still a grip. Great. Just the 3 sites, and then we can move on with our lives. And yeah, like I said, I think we can delete those, all those weapons or the blueprints we made. So, need to make a new one, miscellaneous data asset, and site. DA underscore site 1. Okay, we had the boxy site. Range, sure, we'll say it increases your range by a little bit, why not? Handling, 5, ADS speed -1.5, zoom multiplier 1.5, and loudness doesn't matter. Okay. The boxy site, and then this is going to be a site. Okay. Almost there, everybody. This is the roundy site. We'll say range 15, handling 2, ADS speed -5 because I think it's a chonker. Oh, yeah! Thank you for all your content. Nanny, appreciate it, and thanks for the donation.
Thank you!
There we go, yeah. So, okay, so we got zoom multiplier, loudness doesn't matter, sight 2, and there we go. Yeah, hopefully if you guys like all the content I make, if you guys have any suggestions for content to make, in the Discord there's a request a video portion there. You guys can go there and let me know what you're looking for me to do there. I'm going to make a save game system thing as well. I was going to make one, and then, funny enough, Joppy and I were talking about it a couple of days ago, so yeah, just kind of getting my brain back into it. But yeah, I'm going to make a video about save system. No idea how much money that is, but it'll buy something. Yeah, I'm not sure actually what currency that is, Nanny Variable, if you want to let us know what currency that is, because I'm interested. where you could also do a map of modifier and modifier amount. You could. Zach, if I'm not native speaking English, then excuse me for my mistakes. This video will be added to an existing playlist. Yes, this will be added to my live playlist, and it'll be great. So, yeah, I think, what language do you speak? Because I can make sure that the auto-dub dubs it in that language. Boxy site, roundy site, and triangle site. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Or we'll say rectangular site. Rectangular site. I think it would just be one L way. It's not even an English word. Rectangular dot site. Oh shit. Rectangular dot site. Cool. Range we'll say 20. Handling is the same. ADS speed we'll say -1. Zoom. We'll just keep it 1. Loudness doesn't matter. And then site number 3. And it's a site. Great. Okay, so we're done that. Thank you. Great. It's Hungarian forint, not the best currency. I mean, what currency is the best currency, to be honest? I hear Thailand is like, their currency is just like, in regards to like exchanging currency from, well, even Canada, US is probably even better because it's got more buying power than our garbage dollar. But yeah, you can go there with like $500 and like live like a king. So I hear. I've never been. So, anyways, so we got this all done now. So I'm pretty positive we don't need literally all of these. Like literally by. That's so funny that we just wasted all that time doing that. Me. Forced delete. Okay. Attachment class. So this is where we're going to load the data assets. So this attachment data, I think, is where we will... Let's scratch this for now. Let's add... So we have an attachment data here. Let's change this to site data. And... then we're going to get our PDA site and make that an object reference. And then we just got to do the same thing here. So we'll call this barrel, dual barrel roll data. Barrel attachment. Okay, and one more for the other one. Site. Oh, we did site, sorry. Grip data. Okay, so there we go. Spawn transform is perfect. Okay, so we're gonna need a couple of these, actually. So, you know what? The cast in this case is relevant now. No, it's not. Standby. Yeah, it is. Okay, sorry. Yes, it is. So... this spawn transform has to be renamed. So, okay, we have to basically do this 3 times now for all of these. So we're going to get the site data to start, and then we're going to get the class ref, plug that in. Okay, and we're just checking if it's a part of the attachment class, which it won't be, because it'll be... Fuck, do we need that? Standby. Sorry, I keep making these like little mistakes because again I'm trying to figure out what I can get rid of from the old system and do in this new one, and then anyway, so I want data and I want this. Just any of these. Okay. Okay, so in that case, yeah, we're not casting to this because that's literally this thing. It doesn't make any sense. I'm just gonna get rid of this for now. So this is good. We're gonna cast to the PDA, I guess. PDA attachment class. That is what we want. But that won't matter because we already have all the data here. So do we need this at all? I don't think we need that at all. Okay, all right, we got a static mesh here. So we're gonna grab the site data. We're gonna let's maybe check and make sure it's valid first. If it's not valid, we're going to keep going. If it is valid, we're going to set the static mesh. Set static mesh. BP attachment class. Yes. Set static mesh. And we're going to get rid of this. There we go. Okay, set static mesh. Jesus Christ, my brain. Get mesh, attachment mesh. This is what we gotta load this into memory. So we'll say load async load asset. Then we have to, out of completed, we have to cast to static mesh. Make sure it's out of completed, not out of there. Then we're gonna do this and plug this in. Why don't you like this? Static mesh what? Component. And that's an object reference. So do we have to get a different one? Cast to static mesh. Static mesh component. That's the one we want there. Boom! We likey. So that's setting the static mesh for the site. So I'll just set site static mesh. Okay. And then we're going to have to do the same thing for the other ones. So barrel data. Get barrel data. Oh, need to work out something for my mouse here because it's a little tight in terms of the space I have available. Okay, sorry. The digital's here. Is he? Hi at the digital. Hello. Oh yes. Welcome. 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 Hello. Hungary itself is beautiful. Is it? I've never been, and I don't think I've seen photos. It's Hungary. Sorry, Hungary, not Hungary. Like I feel like we were taught that in school. It was called Hungary. But yeah, I've never been. Never seen photos, but I can look some up afterwards. You were right before. You should have used set static mesh. Yes, yeah, I got my mistake there for sure. Joppy may be a waste, but is a true insight. But it is a true insight in BP programming how it goes sometimes. In terms of which, just being confused all the time. Like, is this gonna work? Yeah, especially big systems like, you know, where you got to actually put a lot of work in and to get something to work. But anywho's, we are going to now do static mesh barrel data, and same thing, we're going to convert this to a validate get, make sure that the barrel is actually, you know, a thing. This needs to come down here because is not valid needs to plug into here. Slammity slam. Slammity slam. Azura's doing some organizing upstairs. Anyways, so yeah, that's that, and then this will plug into here as well. Is that correct? Yeah, so we're checking if it's valid. If it's not valid, we're going to keep going. If it is valid, we're going to load in the background while triggering this next one. And then we're going to cast to our static mesh, set our static mesh, and then move on. Okay, and if it's not a static mesh component for whatever reason, then it doesn't work. So, okay, so literally same thing here. So we're going to get our attachment mesh. We're going to async load assets. And then out of completed, we're going to... Sorry. Attachment class. Okay, now I'm second guessing myself again here. So we have the attachment class. In the gun itself, we have to have... This should almost be a function. Let's do this as a function instead of on event begin play. And yeah, so we'll cut this and we'll put it in a function because we can call it later. We'll just say set attachments. Okay. And let's make the inputs the site data, etc. So, whoops. Get rid of that. What? So wait, I drag out of this and I get attachment mesh. Interesting. I just learned something new. So this is a child of attachment mesh, right? So I dragged out of here, but since this attachment mesh variable is a part of the parent class, if I disconnect this, it only needs this, so any of the children can plug into it. That's cool. Okay, so actually that'll make things easier if I do this, because then I can just make one function and then run it 3 times. So this is the attachment class. Okay, and then we'll plug that in. Oh shit, I have to have the async. Sorry, async. Where was it? Where did async go? Oh shit, you can't do async in here because it's a function. I guess we'll do blocking, but I mean, that's not a big deal because it's like this asset's not that big, so. So that'll be is valid. And then that'll go into there, and that'll go into there, and then that should work. Great. So, and I'm gonna get out of this and then return. This is also, if you're following along and you want to fix your first-person shooter series, this is also where you would add tags, right? So I would probably add an input here saying like what tag to add, and then we would add that tag to. It might be a little bit different, actually. Maybe you would have to have the physical. Maybe you would have to have the physical blueprints. This whole system would need to get redone, to be honest, if you're doing the first-person shooter thing. Because later on when you do ADS and stuff, how do you check if you have a barrel attached, etc., etc., right? So you'd have to figure that out. But I mean, if you follow the series, I mean, I'm sure you guys can figure it out. You guys learned a lot in that stuff. No async loading and functions only in graphs. Yeah, thank you. I just realized that. Mark said the digital is here in terms of needing to delete stuff, changing its type. Oh, yeah, for sure. Out of your async load, the object is a static mesh, not a static mesh component. You were correct on how you had it previously. No, I'm like setting this one here. This is a component, right? So it should still work. Because if it's a static mesh... Yeah, because we're setting this. So if I set... Set mesh is... Whoops, sorry. I hit enter with my giant-ass hand. Set mesh. I see. You know what? You're right. 100%. Okay, so then this would be plugged into here, right? No, cast to static mesh. Okay, there it is. Okay, perfect. So that's done. Let's put that down there. That's all good. So yeah, now I can call this inside the gun mesh, so that works great. So is this all I need to do here? Spawn transform. Let's expose these on spawn. Oh, sorry, this one here. There we go. Okay. Alright, do I need to do anything else? I can't recall. So now in the weapon itself, put in here. Okay, these are all changing. Site attachment, this will be PDA site. This will be PDA grip. And this will be PDA barrel. Okay, so compile. Those are all exposed on spawn, super cool. So, when we spawn the weapon, probably... maybe off of event begin play. Yeah, off of event begin play, we're going to... this is a data asset, so it's not even the attachment class. Yeah, so we have to get a reference to that. So, attachment class. Or we can just cast to it, actually. Just forget it. So we will cast to BP attachment class. Standby. Man, I haven't worked in Unreal in a minute, I guess. So my brain's just kind of shutting down. So cast to, what is the object we need? Do we need, so maybe we do need to put the attachment class in the data asset itself, which isn't a big deal. So data, let's do PDA attachments. So we have the class ref, and then we have the attachment class, yeah. I don't know if I spelled that right, I can't see it, so attachment class, we'll just make that an object reference. Okay, sweet. So now we'll go back to our weapon. Let's pull character. That was dumb. Why did I do that? Forget that, sorry. I can just get a reference in the weapon. Okay, BP attachment class. There we go. Okay, sorry everybody. That was just whatever. Get attachment class. This will need to have a reference in it, which compile the blueprints. Oh my god. Sorry. Attachment class, how do we get the reference we need? Why is my brain just not working today? So we... oh, do we need to spawn the actor? Yes, we do. And then I'll set that after. So on event begin play, we'll spawn actor from class, and it'll be the BP attachment class. There we go. And spawn, I'll just split this open so we can... it's got nothing in it, right? Spawn transform. We got to fix that now too, because that's going to be related to where the static mesh is set. So do we set that? Yeah, so why don't we do this? Why don't we get the static mesh? Oh, programming. Because if we're going to have separate static meshes... noticing, sorry, I'm just checking the chat, see if you guys had some suggestions for me here. So, Would we need all 3 of these datas? Like, serious question. Right? Because we have 1 static mesh, so we can only do 1 per thing. And then we're setting it from the data asset. So yes, I think we just need the attachment data. Happy, thanks for the support on Ko-fi. Appreciate the donation.
Thank you!
That's, Ko-fi's the best way to donate, FYI, because YouTube keeps 30% of your guys' donations. So if you guys want me to have more of your generous donations, Ko-fi is the best place to do that. So, but anyways, I love all donations, so don't think that you can, that YouTube's not appropriate. It's whatever you guys want to do. It doesn't matter. So, okay, so we'll see attachment data, and we'll change this back to the PDA attachment object reference, and then we'll delete this. Because I guess we got to spawn one. We got to spawn one for each individual thing here. So, AK weapon. We'll delete that because it's going to be bang. So on event begin play, let's do a, yeah, we'll do a spawn, or sorry, I guess this is where we would check to see if they're valid, hey? Not set, sorry. Get, check if they're valid. If it is valid, then we're going to spawn. Can we just spawn actor? Nope. You gotta do from class. Get class ref. But I don't know, we already did this though. We're loading it as soon as we spawn it. Spawn actor from class. Oh, okay, yeah, and then it's the BP attachment class. Yeah, okay. It's all coming together. We have a spawn transform, but we don't have this as instance or expose on spawn, which we need. Okay, and then at some point we gotta set the transform, which we'll do in a sec here. So then we're going to get our attachments. Or probably we're gonna plug this in here once we compile. There it is. Okay, so there we go. That's done, and then spawn transform. We already have one, but yeah, we already have one, so we shouldn't need it in here. So we should delete this just to clean it up. Okay. Your parent class for attachments should have a socket name, socket offset, and mesh. The attachments do not need to be an actor. Make them derive from UObject. Well, we're going to get the socket transform from the weapons mesh, right? Because we need to get socket transform, and then the socket name we need to do is the whatever the socket was in the weapon here that we made. I think we just called it like muzzle and stuff. Because where are we? Here it is. There it is. Sight. So we'll start with that one. Attachment class, AK weapon. Sight. That's all it's called. And world, and then this goes in here. Okay, and there's the attachment data. That's the attachment. Cool. So that's the sight attachment. Okay, if it's valid. Attach. God damn it. There we go. Okay, and if it's not valid... Oh yeah, I still haven't fixed my stupid shortcuts. Actually, I did try to revalidate the Unreal Engine 5.7 to see if that fixed it, and obviously it didn't fix it, so... I need to do this exact thing again. Copy, paste. And then this one will be for the barrel attachment. So get barrel attachment, and then we'll plug This has got to be a validate get. And if it's valid, we're going to do this. And we're going to change the socket to barrel. But is it barrel with 2 L's? I don't... Spelling is not my strong suit. Where was I? I was in here. Barrel, I don't think it has 2 L's, but whatever, we'll leave it at that. This will plug into here, and that should be all the same. If it's not valid, we are going to add another reroute node there, and I'm going to plug this into there and move it back. Okay, that's our barrel attachment. Zero Game, fear not, I've arrived. Someone said at some point in time. Yeah. Now you can tell me how shitty I am at Unreal Engine now. Welcome to the stream, 02 Game Dev. Use a sequence node in the beginning cleaner. Yeah, you're right. Sequence node would probably be super clean in this regard. So yeah, I'll do that for sure. But guess what? S-click does not work for me because Unreal Engine deleted all my shortcuts for some reason. Because I didn't delete them. I use them. There we go. Then 1. It's not valid, we don't do anything. And then this, we do something, and then we do this one more time. Copy, paste. Another sequence pin, and then we got to get our... which one have we not done? Grips, right? There's that. Is valid, goes in there. This is like the one time that, like, what do you call them? The straight line nodes would be handy. But anyways, we called it grip. Right here. Grip. And plug this into there. So then instead of, and then on this guy, I think on event begin play, we just set attachments, honestly. So let's just do that. Oh, come on there. Okay, so set attachments, and then we have already set our transform. Now we have to go into our player character and actually spawn this weapon in the world here. So where's our event begin play? I don't think we have one. Okay, so we're gonna spawn actor of class. This is, again, like, probably not the way you do it in, like, a scalable game. I'm just trying to get it to work. Spawn. Like, I'm spending 2 hours on getting the weapon to spawn on our hand and not the actual UI that we were going to work on. But absolutely new word of the day is discluded. Is that how you say it? Discluded. Is that, like... not being... I don't know. I don't even know what that... I'm going to Google that. Why not? Disgluded. I don't have it with an X unless you typed it out wrong. I don't know. With an X? Excluded. Bros, so in their own egos because they know 2% more Unreal Engine blueprint than someone else. Yeah, right. Uh-oh, I didn't get to see your message. I'm sad. Okay, anyways, I'm Googling discluded. Yeah, I think X is beside C, so I think it was just a typo. So discluded says, a less common word, primarily used in dentistry to mean teeth coming apart. All right. Interesting. All right, well, that's the word of the day from 02 Game Dev. Disqualified X, excluding, making up words. Yeah. Come on, your word of the day is a word I just made up 2 seconds ago. Anyways, BP AK weapon. Okay, and it should show us all this stuff. Okay, now we can select all of this. We could, if we wanted to, like if this is our starting weapon, promote this to a variable. Now you have a, well, it should be a soft class reference, actually, to be honest. But and then you would load in whatever the weapon is at runtime. But anyway, so sight attachment, we'll do sight 1, and we'll do grip, and then we'll do barrel compensator. Okay, so this spawn transform has to attach to this mesh. So we'll say, actually we'll split this. And then we're going to spawn actor, or sorry, not spawn, pardon me, attach actor to components. Right here. And the socket name will be the, whatever it was over here. I left this open for this exact reason. Hand grip slash, or whatever the fuck. Alright, I'm just going to copy that so I don't make a mistake. We're over here now. This is snap to target. And we don't want to, or maybe, no, we don't want to weld. I can't remember if we want to weld or not. That's in my notes somewhere. Okay, so we'll hit compile. Let's just first check and see if this works, and if it doesn't, then we'll fix whatever doesn't work, and then let's see. So we hit compile, I don't have a weapon, so... Well, first thing you check, because I have this question a lot, actually. So, you check, you don't have a weapon attached, oh my god, what happened? So, first, is it in the world? We're gonna come over here, we're gonna check and see... There's our third-person character. We don't have a gun attached to our character, so it didn't work, obviously. So, did I set it static mesh? How about that? Let's check that. I think I did, didn't I? For AK weapon, I did set it. Okay, so we do have static mesh. Compile. Yeah, that should all work. Perfect. And then the third person... So the attachment, and then this, sorry, this will be this guy. On van became play, we're setting the attachments, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so, oh, does it have collision? That's another thing we gotta check. Because if it doesn't have collision, I don't think it works. It does have collision. Cool. Okay, so, anyways, we're gonna simulate again. It's not gonna show up, and we're gonna just see if it's in the world at all. So, right here, BP AK weapon, it's in the world, it just is not attached to our player. So we're gonna hit F, sorry, pardon me, we're gonna eject from our player, we're gonna select our weapon, and we're gonna hit F and find out where it is. Okay, it's underneath the map. So this, I believe, means this is in the world origin, right? What is the world origin? Maybe that is the world origin. Yes. Okay. So if it snaps to the world origin, that just means that there's an error in something to do with the socket. So let's check our player character's stuff again and see if we made a mistake somewhere. So here, so the hand grip R is where our socket is. The socket is on the skeleton only, it will be shared with all the meshes that use this skeleton. We did copy and paste that exactly, so let's go to the player, sorry. Begin play, we're going to spawn the weapon first. It's going to spawn the weapon transform. I see, we didn't plug this in. Look at that. I bet you it'll work now. Always a little error. There it is. Okay, it's attached to our gun, attached to our guy, blah, 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 blah. So, what the fuck is... Oh, there's a collision issue there. So, after we attach our weapon to our person, we're going to have to disable the... what's it called? Well, actually, you would promote this to a variable when you call it equip weapon, right? So that you can reference it later. And, yeah, then on the equip weapon, we're going to disable the collision. There's a cat down here, man. Hey, man. Kitsu. Oh, she don't give a shit about me. Anyways, okay, so we're set collision enabled for the weapon. Well, first off, we're not simulating physics on this, are we? We shouldn't be. Okay, we're not. Good. So, yeah, that would change the order of things, but we're going to go back to our third-person character. We're going to say query. Okay, and that should fix our collision, or our move issues. Play. There we go. It didn't fix our move issues. What are we colliding with? Perhaps we just instead of just for weapon, like let's just disable the whole thing. Let's say set collision, actor collision enabled to no collision. Okay, super cool. Yeah, we're not doing all the actual stuff you would do like if we did in the first-person shooter series, because yeah, I just want to get to the UI here because we got an hour left here. So, okay, so that fixed our issue. Okay, sweet. So we're gonna come over to the weapon bench, and then we're going to interact with the weapon bench. I'll add a new thing here. And it's going to show our gun, and then it's going to show our current attachments. I don't... wondering how to do that. If we just show a static mesh. Or what the case is. Okay, I can exit. So, we don't have our attachments on there anyway, I just noticed as well. So, okay, let's fix that issue now. So, we spawn our weapon in. We've told it to spawn these sights. In here, we're checking if they're valid. Let's just do this. Okay, so are all these valid? It is, so what happens? We're getting this transform, which is the world origin. Interesting. Socket name, sight, weapon. The static mesh. Peak Dev, hello, welcome to the stream. We are just figuring out where our shit doesn't work like usual. Usual part of game dev. Component tags. Get socket transform. Oh, you know what? Instead of that get socket transform should work, correct? Well, let's just go to the next node, and let's just see if this did output something. No, it didn't. Okay. Spawn transform, blah, blah, blah. Weapon data, sorry, weapon. Oh, you know what? Shit. We, spawn it. Right, sorry, we spawn it, but we have to attach it to the gun. I forgot about that. Sorry about that, everybody. So, AK weapon. So we're gonna need spawn transform. So we'll have to set the transform here, but attach it to the weapon. Okay, so attach. Sorry. Attach. This will be a. Is the static mesh a component? Or, sorry, this is a... Okay, it'll be an actor to an actor. Attach actor... attach actor to actor. So that'll be what this is. This get socket name. Get all... Actually, no, sorry, we'll just type it in, because it's going to be the same as this, right? So, we'll do this. We will snap to targets, snap to targets. We'll keep the welded done. Parent actor will be self. So it's going to be this weapon, and then the... So we don't need this, I think. So let's just see if this works now. I'm just going to test the one. Oh, sorry, it wants a spawn thing anyway, doesn't it? So we can split that. It should be fine. Let's check it out. Skip this. I got... What was that? The site? Yeah, the site is not there. Is the site in the world? Attachment class... Okay, it is attached to this. So we'll, get out of this. Okay, it's actually there. It's actually spawned. It's just attached at the root of the gun. So we have to set that to be... Not that. So, let's see here. So maybe the spawn transform we do need. And it is from... Not oh yeah, weapon. So it'll be the weapon, and then we need to get the... socket transform. And this will be sight, and then this gets plugged into here. Hopefully, this works. Let's have a look. Did not work. Why does it not work? Collision Multiply skill, no, none of that stuff. Snap to target. Don't think that has anything to do with it. No, it doesn't. So in-socket name is site. Did I spell site wrong? I didn't. Get socket like the I think let's simulate it again. I just want to see, is it outputting a 0 still? Yes. So instead of world space, what if we do components or actor space? A constant taking question he has to ask himself. What's that? Why does this not work? I spelled the equipped weapon to. Yeah, pretty much. That's like all of my stuff is just not named properly. Sorry, guys. Working on a paid project while watching while I'm quiet. Got hired to build a system. Oh, nice, awesome. It's world origin. I see. Yeah. Which fair. So let's see if the actor one fixes it. I'll skip that. I'd like to see results right away, which we don't see. So we'll exit this, and we'll just see what this is outputting. Oh, we can't do that. We gotta start over. 3. Still outputting a 0. Socket name. Weapon static mesh component. So. But we have a socket right here. Sockets. What the fuck is this? So, why are you not working? Oh, maybe it's component, because it's technically not an actor, it's a component space, right? So maybe we'll see if that changes things. 1, 2, 3. Still 0. Okay. Why is this not working, peoples? David said... Someone said, nice work, David. But oh, David's right here. I spell... Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I spell stuff wrong all the time. So, just gotta figure out what the fuck's going on here. I feel like there's another... let me look at my notes from... I recall this... We had to do this in the ADS function. So let me just check this out here. I can move my notes over so you guys can see, because I don't really care here. I swear we did something like this. Get socket transform, and that's out of a static mesh. We did world. This works though. Equip weapon. Sight. Oh yeah, we got the actual physical thing. Does socket exist? So yeah, this we're just getting the socket transform from a mesh. And that'll be a mesh, that'll be a component as well. And it seems to work, so let's see here. Oh, actually, sorry, one more thing I want to check. What is this? Target is a scene component, and ours is the same. Okay. So, not sure why this isn't going to work then. Weapon is a static mesh components. Yeah, that's all good. We open this and that's it, and that's, yeah, I'm not sure why this isn't working, to be honest. So BP attachment, like I said, it does spawn to the world. Maybe the static mesh pivot is off or something. I was just thinking the same thing. But if that was the case, then when we go here, this would be incorrect, wouldn't it? Because this is a preview static mesh, right? So, sites. So I'm wondering here what the fuck's going on like everybody else. Let's collision handling. I want actually no, collision wouldn't matter, would it? Can I where's weapon? Sorry, in the attachment class. This should just have no collision. Let's just check and see if that is an issue at all. If it's colliding and it's like, nah, I don't know. I don't know if that would work. Well, no, that's not the issue at all, because we saw that the transform was 0. But yeah, you wouldn't want collision on that anyway, I would suspect. Maybe the barrel, actually. Forget it, we'll put it back on. Block all dynamic. Why do you return a 0? Share your secrets. Did I put a space in here or something by accident? Let's just... Site. Socket. Let's rename it. See what happens. Copy. Paste. You're still outputting a 0, hey? I don't know, chat. What do you think? This doesn't make any sense. Could you pull from return get mesh on attached components? But this isn't a... This... No, that shouldn't matter, because like this is a static mesh component already, right? So it's inside our weapon, right? So we're getting our weapons mesh, and then we're asking it to get the socket, which is attached to this mesh. The collision can affect it depending on the collision mesh and the setting. Like if the collision mesh is very simple, like a cube, some of the convex parts will not work right. Okay, yeah. Magdrop Studios, welcome. I haven't seen you chat yet, but and if you set the two areas to block each other, let's see what else we can figure. Yeah, I just don't understand why this is outputting a 0, because it should not be doing that. Is it the order of things? Oh, you know what? I wonder. Well, I wonder. Stand by. Delay till next tick. I wonder. I have a hypothesis that I'll share if this works. So we'll go there, delay for 1 tick. Yeah. So sorry, I'm just skipping ahead of all this. Sorry, the node I actually want to do here is not the sequence. I want this when it executes this. Okay, so we've delayed till next tick. I want to see if this has data now. Look at that. Look at that. My hypothesis was correct. So what happened was the mesh was not loaded yet, right? Because we loaded all of these meshes in the attachment class. So we hit this load asset blocking, so it was loading the asset in, and then it hit that other node. So the node, or sorry, the mesh did not exist yet, so it outputted a 0. So that is what's happened. That is what happened. So let's continue on our way, and I bet you it's there. No, it's not there, but it does have data there now. So let's eject and let's find out where you are. So that's friggin' awesome. We solved that, but okay, so the attach actor thing, instead of self, use the attachment mesh itself. Oh, I see, the weapon mesh. Oh shit, yeah, you're right, 100%. So yeah, it is there, but it's in the same spot, so maybe, yeah, maybe you're right here. So let's close that, get back into this. Instead of self, the weapon mesh, I see. But this is a component, right? It's not an actor. So the actor is our weapon. That's why I put self in there. Oh, attach actor to actor. I have the wrong thing in there now. That's why that didn't work. So this should be site socket, right? Copy, paste. So the name wasn't the issue anyway, so we'll hit play. We'll continue on our way. And it's still not there. What the feck, eh? So we delayed till next tick. That was all proper. I'm gonna unweld. Sometimes I find that works, even though it doesn't seem like it would make a difference, because it's just doing the. Yeah, okay, it didn't matter anyway. All right, let's see. It's still attached to that same area. Hey. Attachment class 1. Oh, okay, hang on. It's almost, yeah, it's attached to the root. Oh, sorry, go back to that. Where'd it go? It just vanished. Oh, no, it didn't. It's right here. So it is attached to the weapon thing. It's just not attached to the right place. I just don't understand. Because we had data coming in there now, right? Okay, so this has data now. So this is saying site socket. Snap to target. It is, yeah, it's working, it's just not in the right spot. You know, so. I wondered. I kind of wonder if we need this at all. I'm being actually serious. Oh yeah, you have errors? Tell me more. Tell me more. I'm super curious if this works. No, it doesn't work. Okay, so I guess we do need that node. Let's go down to the bottom, attachment class 2. So it's in the same spot. So regardless whether we have that transform there or not, it's still not going to the same spot. Attach actor to actor. Okay. 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 Sorry, I see. Okay, I see. We have the wrong node. That's what it is. So it's pretty much what David was saying. I just had the wrong node. So this will be attach actor to components. Because the component we want to attach to is this weapon. So yeah, so David was right. So you know, thanks, David.
Thank you!
Anyways. Oh, I'm simulating, that's why I can't do anything. Okay, so the weapon, the socket will be, sight socket will be snapping to target. So I still don't think we need this transform, honestly. Okay, compile. Make sure that works. We'll skip all this. Yay! Yay! Okay, well, crotch shot! Anyways. Let's fix it for the rest of this. So we don't need this, actually. So we'll delete that. And delaying until next tick, why don't we just put that here? Okay. So we just need one tick to load all the stuff, and then we can do all the things here. So we don't need this or this. We just need this. Copy and paste. Paste. Yeah, sorry, I was gonna make this a function and then it's just like, I don't know, there's just no point at this at this point here, so. And this was the grip. We got it to work. Hooray. Alright, this was barrel, I think? And barrels with 2 L's, if I recall. Yes, okay, great. Alright, so that should be good, and now we can hit compile, and we can, oh yeah, I gotta split these transforms or else it won't work. Okay, and compile, everything looks good. I don't got breakpoints no more, good. Okay, I'll hit play, and then we'll see all the attachments on our guns. Yeah, buddy. Another crotch shot. There's the grip, there's the compensator, there's, is he compensating for something? No, just kidding. So, well, I guess it's Quinn, so. Anyways, so okay, we got our gun things working now. I guess you do have to disable the collision for them, because they're interfering with us. So, attachment class, we'll just disable the collision so we don't have to bother dealing with that. No collisions. Compile. Anyways, now I can't, oh yeah, I was gonna say I can't move at all, but I was pushing the wrong key. So, great, so that's all good. Now we can get to our UI. We got 40 minutes left. Can I design this super quick? We'll see. Okay, so let's go to our UI now. I don't think we're going to be, because the other part of the coding I got to do is when you select it, you got to do an event dispatcher basically and change the data asset and then rerun the thing, right? So anyway, sorry. Leroy's compensating. I said you're compensating. Oh, he doesn't give a shit. That's so funny. Sorry, I just get super active sometimes. Yeah, no, it's good. I'm glad you guys are getting active on the stream. But, okay, so yeah, UI, we're into UI now. So, I've made melee select, throwable select. Now I just need to basically make a new one entirely. What was the size that we made this last stream? Okay, it's full width, 1920 by 700. Okay, so we'll make this new one. So we'll make a new user interface widget blueprint user widget. Let's do widget blueprint. This will be attachment select. Okay. First in our master HUD or loadout select. Here we go. In this, we need to make one more button here. Consume. So I'm going to duplicate this. And this will be attach. Or so we'll say modify. Okay, and we'll open this. This will be modify. And over here we want, we don't have like a modify wrench or something like that. Could I import one? Probably. I don't actually think I made one. Just trying to see if there's anything in here we can use. Not really. Okay, we'll just use a random thing here. Let's use a. We'll use this ammo crate, I guess, even though that's totally not what this is. But whatever, it doesn't matter. You would put an actual graphic there that works. So modify weapon. Okay, modify weapon. Okay, perfect. So we got a button there. When we click on the button, we're gonna, I think we gotta set that in this graph. Oh, sorry, first, I need to make a new thing here. So this will be attachment select. We're gonna add that to the overlay. And we're gonna make sure that's set to collapsed. Because these are all set to collapse by default. Yes, they are. Okay, and then graph. Probably got to add it to the array or whatever we made. Visible, set active button. Got to remember what we did here. So, here it is. I was like, where's all the stuff? We got to click on the attachment select. Is this the button? No, that's the widget. God damn it, what is it called? Throw button, consume one, we're just going to call it modify button. Okay, and then that's a graph. Perfect, now we can actually find it. Modify button, here it is. I think I just got to click on it, come over here, on button clicked. And there's the data asset, which we don't do anything with. Set active button. The active button will be the... Sorry, I can't see. Yeah, the camera's in the way. I should figure that out. But modify button. Target content will be the attachment select. There we go. So if you recall in here, I think we... Yeah, so I gotta add the modify button here so that we can add that to the array. It's going to run each of them. It's going to set all of them as not active, and then it's going to collapse everything, and then only show the target content and the active button so that we can do all that kind of stuff. So that'll all work. I can just even test that now. Like, there's nothing in our thing, but you know, you can come over here, modify weapon. Cool, there's nothing here. We can change that right now. I don't remember where that is happening. I think it's in, well, probably the button, actual blueprint. Master button, here we go. Set active button. Here we go. The item button, we don't want to do this. We want to set the color for the something else. Target is button. No, target is not. Or target is button. Let's see how we design this. Item button. Yeah, the item image should be white. And then this, I think we gotta set style, right? Set style to tint, is that what changes? Yeah, it is, okay. So set style, and then we gotta set the tint for normal. Okay, let's do that right now, quick. Set style. The unfortunate part is you gotta get style. This is really dumb. Because then you gotta make style, and then you gotta break style, or split it, whatever the hell. Okay, so we only care about normal, everything else we will just have the same. So this is all this normal padding. Oh, come on. Normal padding, normal press sound, blah, 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 blah. All that's the same. The only one that's different is split this, and we got more ugliness. Look at this ugliness. Like, they gotta fix this. Okay, style, normal tint. That's the only thing we want to change. Why am I doing this if you don't know? Because if you don't, everything's going to be set to nothing. So split this now, and split this now. Look at this ugly garbage. I'm just so annoyed. Okay, specific tint color. So if we're active, then we're going to have the tint be, I don't know, this blue color. And we're going to collapse this. Can we make this a function? Fuck yeah, we can. Set button color. And then we'll come in here, and then we'll... Okay, so bluish. And set button color again to grayish. Nice and clean, and no bullshit. Let's see if that fixed our issue. Cool. I just gotta make the gray the same as the rest, but that did fix the issue. So this gray should actually be, if we go to our designer, and we go to our style, and this tint, right here, just copy this code. Copy code, go to the graph, click on this, and paste the code right here, same color. Okay, done. So that's all fixed. Now let's do our loadout select. That's all good, everything's all good. So I just need to actually make this thing now. So loadout select, no, what did we call it? Attachment select, right? Right here. Okay, so we need a 3D mesh in here. I actually don't know how to do that in here. I'm sure we can figure it out. Is there a mesh option here? No, there's not. We had, I believe that's the... where are you? Right here. Live streaming. I believe that was the, what's it called? Sound. The sound for people subscribing. So we're almost at 5,000 subscribers, everybody. So if you're watching and you're not subscribed, we'd love to see you subscribe. We'll be coming out shortly with a Tarkov inventory series where we learn how to make... I will show the screenshot, and then you guys will be like, whoa, shit! Because I have not seen anything like this on YouTube, to be freaking honest. Where are ya? I took a picture of you a while ago. I know I took a picture of you a while ago. Maybe not. I swear to God. Okay, what? I don't have a picture readily available, but I took a picture and put it on my Discord, didn't I? Well, I mean, here's a screenshot, I guess. Yeah, so we're making that. You can drag stuff around. Working on, obviously, moving stuff to your backpack. And then moving it back. And then I also have, it doesn't show it in this screenshot, but I have vest pockets here too. So if you remove the vest, the pockets disappear. If you add the vest, pockets come back, blah, 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 blah. So yeah, we're making this. This will be the first part of it. The next part of it will be actually setting your stuff in the world, or pardon me, in like a menu beforehand, and then loading into the level, and then all of your stuff is there, right? I also have that red box in the background is a inventory or something to search, and then you can loot and move stuff around and blah 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 blah. So that's all coming. Then I'll also be doing crafting as well. So I will show you guys how to make a crafting system with this specific system, but it should work with pretty much anything else you have inventory wise. So okay, use a render target material could work. Maybe I can take style. Mark's always so hard on himself. Guy works hard. The guy has a really good looking hospital for his game. Pretty impressed. Stop retracting stuff. If you're not gonna leave it on there, have the balls, leave it on there. Don't type it at all then. Unless it's really bad, but I don't know. So, okay, anyways. Use a render target material. Yes. Like, essentially, so I can get rid of this now. So, essentially, I want to do this sort of thing where, like, this is a 3D mesh in Delta Force where you can, like, actually rotate it around. And then we would see the other static meshes as well, like, basically your current weapon. So, like, can you get an instance of the weapon and then, like, project that on here? Like, is that possible? You know what? This would be a good opportunity to use Aura. We're gonna run out of time today anyway before we get this done, so I'll have to finish it up next time. Sorry, I know I said next time we'd be doing back to the regular things, but anyway, sorry, back in Unreal. This would be a good thing to maybe ask Aura about. Let's see. Hello. We're gonna use Opus because Opus is king. Why is it not working? Oh, okay. Is Opus not available right now? Question mark. Okay, well, we'll use Sonnet then, whatever. Or is this an older version? Oh, this might be an older version. Checking. Error, loading data, blah, blah, blah. Free plan. Yeah, I think this is the older one. So, anyways, whatever. We'll just use this version of Aura, it doesn't matter. Or chat, let's ask you. How do I mesh in the world currently into a UI menu? So let's see. It's probably gonna. I don't know what it'll say, but we'll see. Failed effect. Okay, maybe you gotta have the latest version of Aura downloaded. Maybe can I go on here? Maybe I can just do that in the background while we brainstorm it ourselves. Chat options. No, this is. Oh yeah, they do have a latest. They do have a latest version. Accounts, config, out of chat options. I don't know any of that. It is custom instructions. Whatever. Anyways, whatever. Aura's not working right now because I have to update it. So, but anywho's, Aura has so much Aura pretty much. I don't know how you do it in a widget or something. I know you can display 3D meshes in a widget using a render target. So yeah, David suggested something similar. David's on a roll today, but render target. You would do render targets in blueprints though, right? How would you do that in UI? Special effects. I can't see, sorry, because the freaking camera's in the way. So, experimental. Web browser inputs. I wonder if a retainer box would work. Retainer box renders children widgets to a render target first before rendering to... I mean, this is more for performance, but you can the secondary benefit of this is you can use it to add effect materials to it. So I don't know if you can create a material that is literally the 3D mesh of that thing. I don't know. You know what? If I don't have Aura, I'm just going to ask Google Gemini. And I'm not going to show it on screen because it's showing my real name, and I don't want to get dox myself. Anyways, this is going to be in UE5. How can I show an existing menu? Let's see what it says. Gemini's pretty helpful, but yeah, Aura's better in a sense because you can actually use Gemini in Aura, and it has context of your project, right? So is it showing my real name? No, I can probably move this over now. So, all right, so it says standard way to display 3D mesh in a 2D UE menu is by using a scene capture 2D component and render target. Acts like a security camera, filming your object and streaming that feed into a UI element. Okay. So, what's the second? Create a render target. Acts as a bridge between 3D and your 2D UI. Double click it. Which scene capture component? Attach the camera to this if you want to rotate it to the view easy. That seems dumb, so let's do this way, sorry. Let's maybe look at this way. Set up the scene capture blueprint. You need a studio to house the mesh you want to show. Create a new actor blueprint, item preview studio, add a scene. Okay, so it is telling us to do that. Find a texture target, assign your thing, change the capture source. If you want transparent, okay, yeah, now the static mesh component or skeletal mesh in from this to avoid rendering. Okay, and then create the UI material. Standard textures won't work directly. This seems like a lot of work, Jesus. What I might do instead is, well, yeah. Right-click your RT UI capture and select creative material, open materials, change material. I'm gonna need a lot of help from you guys in chat because like I'm shit with materials right now. Change the blend mode to translucent. Blah blah blah. Add to the widget. Open. Drag an image. Oh, okay. In the brush section, set the image to material you created. Spawn your far away from your playable level at coordinates blah blah so it doesn't interfere with your main lighting or player. Okay. Scene captures are expensive. So this is probably where I would use a render, a retainer box, and then you can select this material, right? And then you can input that in there, and then it's not going to draw it. It's going to reduce the draw calls on it. Lighting. Cool. Looks like there's a couple of Unreal Engine University tutorials on that. Perhaps I'll watch one of those for next video. But yeah, we got 20 minutes left, so let's create a couple of the other things in here first that we can do. So I'm gonna create. Maybe we do something similar to this. Because what happens when you click on this, like a little side menu appears and you can choose a bunch of different options. And then once you've chosen the option, you click on the option, then it shows you all like the data about it, like how much range it has and all this kind of stuff. And then you have to click attach or whatever components. So we'll have to create like a, what's it called? A list over here, and it'll have to read all of the data assets, right? All the ones that you have available. And then when you click on one, then it'll pull up its data. We'll schedule it. We'll have it do that, and then when we click on it, then we're gonna have to set that data asset on the main weapon. right? And then maybe, yeah, so I guess we'll have to do it that way. So anyways, hopefully you guys are enjoying the stream so far. If you guys have any questions, just general questions or whatever, just let me know, obviously, here. But I'll start kind of slowly working at this here while we wind down here. I'll be getting off at in about 20 minutes. So, but anyways, so here we got this. So let's first start with this list over here. So do we want the retainer box for the whole thing? No, we don't. I'm going to delete the retainer box for now, but I'm going to put... sorry, let's open up another one. Did I put a canvas panel? No, I just made this exactly how it is. So this will be desired or custom, I think, right? And it was 1920 by 700. Enjoying the stream. Cheers. Thanks, Joppy. Thanks for joining in. What time is it there for you right now? Must be super late over in Belgium. But we got this here, so we're going to do not a canvas panel. Loadout select, weapon select. Just want to see what it did here. Vertical box, okay, and then text, then a horizontal. Vertical box, probably the way to go. I would actually do a horizontal box first in this case. So let's do that here. So horizontal box, so we can put multiple children in there. And then we're going to do a vertical box. This will be for our selection area, and then we're going to also do a text. Oh, sorry, you know what? Scratch that. Border in this vertical box. And then hang on, because we can only put one child on the border, which in this case will have to be the list, right? Well, we'll need a scale box, or a scroll box, pardon me. Hopefully this scroll box actually works, unlike the other one we made. So scroll box, and then this, we need to add a list view. Virtual list allows up to 1,000 items to be displayed. Whoa! The important distinction to keep in mind here is item versus entry. The list itself is based off a list of n items. We'll only create as many, as many entry widgets as can fit on screen. You know what? Maybe we do well, a list would work. Grid panel would also work. Let's do a grid panel, and now we got to just quickly create another widget for user interface widget blueprint, and we'll call this widget blueprint attachment button. We'll call it, because that's what it's going to be. So, all right, 11:42 in the Middle East. Whoa! And at evening, so you're 1 hour ahead of Belgium. Nice. So, okay, this will be a button. And we'll drag this on there. And this will be the button. I just realized we're going to have images, which I guess I can screenshot. Button. Attachment button. Okay, this is going to have a background of probably just like this, 0.7, something like this, right? Custom size, let's have this be 500 by 200. No, sorry, let's do 100, but maybe make it slightly bigger. Maybe 700 seems too big, actually. Let's do 300 by 75? Sure. 300 by 75. We're going to have an image in here as well, so we'll do, guess we'll need a vertical or horizontal box, yeah. Oh, my kitty! My chonker! Come here, kitty. Come here, kitty. My cat's a talker. Hey, kitty, say hello. Meow. Meow. Look at the camera. Hey. Nah. She's a talker. Anyways. That's my chunker. Azura got a kitten, so that chonker was being kind of mean to the hissing a lot at the other cat, but they're cuddling now and stuff, so it's all good. But anyways, okay, we got a horizontal box, we got an image going in there, and then we will have a text going in there. So we'll say attachment image, make sure that's a variable, which it is. Text block, make sure that's, we'll say the image, sorry, the attachment name. Okay. We will want some padding between the two of these. Can I set that here? I remember at one point we did do that in one of my videos. Oh, you know what it was? I think these are set to fill, and then we add padding here. Something like that, yeah. And then, sorry, this horizontal box has to be, let's do fill, yeah. There we go. And then, we'll just gotta make that, I guess, smaller, hey? Padding, let's just do, like, 1. Something like that. The text block. Sorry, fill, and then we want to center it. Do we make this horizontal box fit, something, shit like this pisses me off in the UI stuff. So it's like some things have sized content, and some things don't. You know, but F me, I guess. So maybe it's the button that we need to fill the content. Looks like that's not an option, so that's great. So... first off, I'm gonna copy this and paste for pressed and hovered. I think hovered will just make the text, or the color, like, I don't know, a little blue. And then pressed will do, you know, the yellow. Okay, sweet, and, what was I doing? Correct, I was trying to fix this, because text block's too big, so, or is the image too big? Let's take this off the image, and can I set the image image size to 32 by 32? Funny. And this is set to fill. Let's set to auto, and let's center this. And so 30. What would this image size be? Probably like 100 by something rather. Okay, sure, whatever. Okay, text block, we'll just add some left padding of, what's 10 look like? 10's okay. But I still think we should add a scale box here, hey? Scale box. Oh, actually, maybe we don't need one. Maybe we can do this, and we can just make the writing a bit smaller. Fonts, we'll say like 15. And, yeah, I'll make sure that's centered, of course. And down here, there's clipping. Clipping. Is it on demand? No, there's, oh, sorry, wrapping is what I want. Auto wrap text, wrapping policy. Yeah, let's do that. So, yeah, because then we can zoom in, you can see all that's working. But now we can set the size of this thing, right? So I think this is where you would do this and this. And, or let's do this. Okay, sweet. So then if we add a bunch of random stuff, right? Okay, perfect. So that's what we want. This is going to be, you know, the barrel attachment. Perfect. Great. So, hello, cat. He or she sounds like she doesn't want to cooperate. Yeah, she's a complainer. She left already. She's a complainer. But you can have full-on conversations with her, which is fun. Love talking about padding. My favorite kind of padding is the kind on the bottom. You're funny. Remember that widgets... I remember that widgets are called widgets, and that's all I can remember about widgets. I could fumble my way through all this stuff, I'm sure. Occasional Google search, yeah, right? So, all right, so we got the barrel. We got this button kind of made here, so now we got to set the data here. So, on construct, we're going to need a reference to our data assets. We'll say attachment. Attach data. There we go. Okay, and this will be a PDA underscore attachments object reference. We will instance editable and expose on spawn. On construct. Yes, on construct. We're going to get our attachment data, and we're going to get the name of our thing, and we're going to set the attachment name. Okay. And then we are going to get, we don't have an image yet, so we have to actually add that into pretty much all of our things. Attachments select. First of all, content. Data, PDAs, attachments. Here we go. So we'll say, whoops, not a macro. So we'll say the attachment image. Okay, and that'll be a soft, sorry, a texture 2D, but a soft texture. Okay, and then I guess next video I can just take some screenshots and add those in. So we're gonna do attachments. Where was I? I was in this one here. The buttons. So then we're going to grab our attachment image, and we're going to set brush from soft texture. This will load it into memory, and it does not get loaded before that. So let's do the attachment, or sorry, the attachment data. Now we're going to get attachment image and load that in. Okay. There, so that'll set the button information, and now we need to do something about this button. So if we click on this button, do we just... We had this issue before, didn't we? About what all the buttons do. Let's just see what we did before. I can't remember. Loadout select, blah, 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 blah. Oh, look at that, we have a master button, but this button is different, isn't it? Yeah, it's different. So, what did we do here? Did we do a event dispatcher, or... We did, but is it anywhere? Okay. On clicked, call button clicked. And then we send the data asset. And then in our... loadout select, what do we do? Interesting. Set active. Is this the event from the event dispatcher? Because it has the data asset in here, and it does in here too. Interesting. Well, I mean, it works, so yeah, I guess that's what you got to do. Yeah, okay, so we'll go to this guy, and then on, I click, and then on button clicked. We'll create an event dispatcher. We'll call attachment. I can't freaking see what I'm typing. Let's start over. Attachment select. See if I spelled it right. Cool. This is going to have some inputs up here of our data asset. Okay, so then this will be our PDA attachments object reference. Okay, and then we'll plug in our attachment data and send it over, and then we'll populate whatever the hell it is with the new thing, right? So we'll compile there. Should be all we need for our button. We do need to set this button at some point as well. Let's see. I developed this plugin. Check if you want attachment editor plugin. Okay, I mean I can check it out. I'm gonna still do this thing on my own just because I like learning on my own for some things, and then obviously we already started this thing, but yeah, I can check it out for some ideas. But anyways, this is fine. Attachments, call attachment select, and now we need to actually set this data. So that'll happen inside our loadout select. Pardon me, that'll happen inside our attachment select right here. So graph, where are we going to store our stuff? Probably from the game. I would assume the game state. Yeah, we can do the game state, so let's do that. So we'll just, this is the last thing I'll do, and then I'll get off here. So, framework, okay, so we got framework, we got a game instance, we're gonna make a new blueprint class, which will be the game state. Select that, BP game state. Okay, and we'll go to content and back to this, and to this, and then to our game mode, and we gotta set game state. Right here, BP game state. That's the one I made. Okay, and then inside framework and game state, we'll open that up. We're gonna make a variable for available. What's this called? Attachments. Okay, and this will be a PDA underscore attachment thing here. Objects, and then we're gonna make this an array. And we're going to hit compile, and we're going to set all of those now. So we got the barrels. So this is actually where the magic's going to happen next video, because we can separate them based on what thing we've selected. So if we've selected a barrel thing, it's going to only show us barrel attachments, right? So this will be the grips. And then the sights. So we don't actually have that many attachments. We'll delete this one and delete this one. Okay, so those are all the ones that are available, and then we'll just make a quick interface here. I have a GI one here. Get unlock. Yeah, because I store it all out in the game instance, which we now know is not correct anyway. So. Actually, I don't know if I've ever said that publicly yet. So I made the framework video, and then I made the multiplayer video, basically almost at the same time. So one of the comments on the video was somebody, he said that you shouldn't ever store anything in the game instance. You should be using the player state, etc., and then saving your game, and then loading it from a save pretty much every time. And I was like, I felt like that wasn't right, so I did some research, and he's actually correct. So that's the proper way to do it. The game instance is, if you didn't have a level, your thing should be in the game instance. So like obviously your global settings, like your display settings and all that kind of stuff, should go in the game instance. You know, all that kind of stuff. And then anything to do with your game should be saved in any of the other ones, game state or player state or whatever the case is, and then moved to a saved game, just so that obviously that'll all work later, right? So yeah, just keep that in mind. So that's why I'm not using the game instance for any of this kind of stuff anymore. So class, sorry, I'm in this. Oh yeah, here we go. So let's add a function. This will be get attachments available. Right, and then if you wanted to just unlock some later, like when you find them, you could add attachment. Add attachment to available. Or make attachment available, I guess is probably a better one. Make attachment available. Okay, so the get attachments available is going to be an output, and it's going to be the PDA. The name will be available attachments. Okay, and then that'll be PDA underscore attachments, and object reference and an array. Okay, for the setting or the make attachment available, all you're going to do is add an input for. We'll just say new attachment. That'll be a single. Okay, we'll hit compile. Back in our game state, I can close most of these, to be honest, because these all work, right? Don't need the weapon. Shouldn't need that anymore. Don't need that. Weapon select. Don't need that anymore. Attachment button. Yeah, sure. Master button. We don't need. Loadout select. We don't need. Game mode. We don't need. Okay, so. I don't need this anymore. Actually, I'm gonna leave it open because I'll forget what they're called. So anyways, in the game state now, we're gonna implement that GI interface first. Right there. Compile, and so now we're gonna open up the interfaces. The make attachment available, all you're gonna do is grab the array and you're going to add unique actually, because we don't wanna add the same one more than once, right? Okay, so that's it, and then that'll add it to the array, and then if you need to get them, you're going to go into the get attachments and plug in this get available attachments array, and then that'll return what's available in the game state, okay? So in our, for our attachment select on construct, we're going to get game state. Okay, and we need to, fuck off, get available, get attachments available message, okay? Now we're going to get a for each loop. Then we're going to check. Sorry, we need. This is inside the attachment select. So where's all my stuff? Oh, did I not create it yet? Okay. This grid panel I need to make as a variable. Yeah, I remember all this was all weird and shit, but whatever. Visibility. Visible. That should be all for now. Anyways, I guess grid panel, we'll just call it because there's not going to be another one. Okay, so back in the graph, we'll get the grid panel. We need to create a widget, essentially. Get game state. Create widget. Shit, I guess I gotta just do it from here. Create widget, there it is. And then the widget we're creating is the attachment button. And then the attachment data will be this, okay? And then after that, we're gonna add child to grid. Okay, and let's see here. Yeah, the content will be this. In row 0 in column, and then I guess we'll do this plus 1 question mark? Array index 0, 0. Yeah, no, that'll work. So out of this array index, just so we're going to be in the same row all the time, but we're just going to keep adding them below each other, if that makes sense. Okay, so that should work. I wonder if this will work. Actually, will this work at all? Let's just have a look. Let's see if what works. And then I will be getting off. Okay, game, work. What is happening? I can't move or do anything. Cool. So I should move unlocked items array from the GI to the GS. Yes, but unless you know how to do save game stuff, don't do that just yet. I would wait until, if you don't know how to do save game stuff, I will do a video on that. So basically, the save game is going to create a local copy or a local save file to your machine, and then when you change levels, it'll destroy the world, destroy the game instance, destroy everything, right? And then it will load from your save, right? And that helps too if your player's game crashes on whatever machine they're on. They're like, what the fuck, bang, but all their stuff's still saved, right? So, anyways, again, I'm not sure why I'm not able to. You have the save game in the GI already. I see. Copy that. Yeah, well, yeah, like I said, I'll show all that in the video. So, Again, I'm not sure why I can't control my player. Oh shit. I had this issue before, and it was... I had to drill down real deep. I had to trace, and it was something... It was calling something that didn't exist. Like, this was literally like a high-level, like, issue. Let's see, it was... all this aura bullshit. Mixing game state with is not compatible. Yeah, this is what it was. So... mixing game state with a game mode base is not compatible. So I think what happened is this guy, framework, this is a game state. What's its parent? I think this was the issue. Okay, its parent class is game state, but it should be game state base. So, whoops, sorry, that's C++. Class settings. Parent class should not be game state. It should be game state base. Why does this do this? Because the game state base is the base game state class, obviously. Game state is not. So it's trying to inherit something from something that it can't inherit from that. So that's why this is, yeah, reparent, yeah. So, fuck off, Aura. You don't even work. So this should work. Anyways, that's I encountered that issue a little while ago, and I was like, "What the hell is going on?" I had to literally do a trace and like drill into it and figure it out. And then I saw that I got that error. I was like, "Oh, okay." So now it should work. There we go. Cool. So there. Hopefully you learned something new there. So we were gonna check and see if this works. Modify weapon. All right. So row. Okay, that's backwards. Right. This should be. Attachment select. This should be in row and not column. Pardon me. Compile. Now. It's going to be awesome. Look at that. Okay, that's exactly what we want. So, yeah, you just have to edit the scale box, I guess, to cut off after a certain amount. So, anyways, we don't have any images yet, but it'll be what it is, and then we'll have the render target here, and then we're going to add some other little button areas here, like the drag and droppy things, and you can click on it, and then you can select one of these, and then it'll populate it in there. So that's what we'll do next video, but we've started all that, and you can see that this is all working great, and we converted our weapon attachment system to be just data assets. There's no blueprints involved whatsoever, so that's actually much more optimized than the way I taught it before. So if you guys have any more things that you want me to do in this weapon system, make sure you do the request a weapon system thing here. I'll just put it on the screen because then we can build it in a future video. So yeah, one more video of this, hopefully, which will be the UI thing plus the weapon skins, and then after that we'll be back to a normal-ish stream where I basically put a poll up every single time, and we will figure out what we're going to be building in that particular thing. So hopefully you guys are excited for the next stream. I'm going to be back to regular streaming schedules now, so hopefully you guys... looking forward to that. I'll try to make, the thing earlier, like I said, so you guys can get the stream notifications and all that kind of stuff. GG with the stream. David, thanks for joining us. Tell Azura we said, hey, girl. He didn't say that all the way, but yeah. So, but anyways, hope you guys have another great weekend, and I hope to see you guys next time. Keep learning until you game over. Peace.